You.
All right, now it's up. And Roston's like, he's so nice. He always puts the server up in the mornings.
Oh,
So sweet.
we love him.
I need to make more like chests and stuff. But okay, here's my dilemma. I'm making this little what do you call house? This tree house. And I'm working on it, but like I need a place to like put everything and really like make an infrastructure. I think it's just an awkward stage. So,
Oh, dude,
okay.
I had a dream about this. Hold that thought. 1 second. Hold on.
That's okay.
I have a great idea.
What?
Hold on. Dude, you know, like when you go a long time without eating, and it's like you brush your teeth, but they don't feel fresh anymore, especially like if you wake up or something. And
Yeah.
it's just like this weird internal struggle, which, you know, it always ends with like, well, I'm just gonna brush my teeth, obviously. But there is like a weird internal struggle. She's like, well, I don't have any food on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still like I don't have any food on there,
No,
but I need to brush them anyway.
Yeah,
You know?
no, that's totally
It's
relatable.
weird. Anyway, so my teeth are brushed, so my breath smells better. And all right, it's time.
Oh, you built like a little dock or something. I didn't see this.
Oh, dude, do you like it?
Yeah, when did you build that?
Oh, I don't know. It's just that was the 15 minutes before CR.
Oh, okay. I
Yep.
didn't see it last night. Wow.
Well, you didn't look. Oh, yeah, I was gonna show it to you, but we kind of just ran out of time. But I knew you'd find
got
it.
off real fast.
Dude, I was like, oh, that was so much fun. Okay, bye.
We need a lot of fuel. I keep chopping down trees and stuff, but like we need some fuel.
We need I wish that you could employ slaves. I mean, villagers. Wait, hold on. Let me hop a Discord from my laptop for a second.
Okay.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, that sounds way better.
Yeah. So I'm on my laptop now.
Just out of your headset
yeah,
makes a huge difference.
Oh, I know. I wish that we could employ villagers to go chop trees for us, because like I can never get enough wood. It's like I can never.
Well, that's why Travis made like a
56 blocks, and then
he made a tree farm one time. It was really cool.
That's really cool. Well, and I miss the mod where like if you chop the first block, it all comes tumbling down. I so miss that. That is the best mod ever.
Yeah, that is the best mod. You're right. Because like we keep on coming back with the ore that we need, but then I'm like, we need to like cook the ore, and so
I hate that. Oh, did you see that gas informational video I sent you?
Wait, where?
I think I sent it to you and Roston on Instagram.
I don't think I did actually. I'm sorry.
Well, so that you hold on. You feed them snowballs. I just realized that. I just found that out.
You feed them some snowballs? Okay. Wait, why?
Yeah. I think to tame like that's what they eat. Tame them or something. I don't know if it tames them or just feeds them. But anyway, so
we need to watch a full thing on it so we don't waste our time.
Yeah.
We can just go in there and like do the things that we need.
For real. I gotta go check on my spruces down here, see if they have grown. I started a spruce farm.
Nice.
You can come check on them with me? Where you at?
I'm over here just trying to really just like get more fuel and build ovens.
Where you at?
For all of the stuff that we're smelting.
Oh, I see you down there. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, one of them sprouted. Cool.
What do you mean sprout? What sprouted?
See if it's tall. Yeah, I started a spruce farm down in the bottom of this cave over here.
Oh.
And yeah, because I figured it was a good place.
Oh,
Okay, so
wait,
here's
wait,
the
wait, wait,
reason I
wait,
did
wait.
that.
The one where Mallory's birthday sign is?
Yes, but not in front of that. Like it's not gonna be
Oh,
a
you
problem.
can't see it. Good. Okay. As long as you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
see it,
So
it's all right.
yeah, so it's so deep down here, you won't be able to see the trees, and I didn't want to change our biome and have those random trees yet. If we find a good place that we want to plant spruce, then of course we
I
will.
like your
But I
thinking.
didn't want to just, yeah, exactly. I wanted it to like be kind of covert.
Hey, you can do them right across the water too, like where they start to like spawn over there. You can do like a ton of them over there.
Yeah, that's too far.
I mean, it's not. It's like
I thought about
literally
it.
no. It's actually closer to you than what
Oh,
you're
maybe.
doing now. It's way closer actually. You
Well,
just walk across
once
the
I build
bridge
my
and then.
house over there, yeah, maybe I will. We'll see.
Are you building it across
So
the water?
no, no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, didn't I show you where I want to build it? No,
Well, I thought you
I'll
were.
show you.
I thought you were gonna build it over there where we were talking about beyond the horse pasture. Or no?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yep.
Cool.
I'm building some stairs down here though, to the spruces.
Dang, I need so much fuel, dude.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about last night. As per podcastic rituals. Do you like that? Do you like that? I like that.
What?
Podcastic rituals.
That's weird.
It's good.
Anyway, okay, yeah. So something really excited last night. We got on last night to do a short
Hold on.
mission on Minecraft, but we forgot to talk about what happened in real life.
Hold on. Wait, I gotta turn my music down because this is not it. It's like a pad that I didn't ask for.
Okay.
Hold on. Dang, music's at like 12%. Okay, yeah, I'll put it down to 5. That seems pretty manageable. That's good.
I swallowed a piece of
Right.
sausage this morning. That
Ooh.
kind of sounded weird, actually. Sorry. But no,
Let's talk about buttered sausage. What does it do? Why is it there?
no, but like I was eating
No, I get what you're
breakfast.
saying.
I was eating breakfast and I had some eggs and sausage and avocado, and like I swallowed a piece of, I think it was like I had egg and sausage in one bite together, and then like I swallowed some of it, and oh my goodness.
Okay.
Like part of it went down your windpipe. You know how some stuff goes down your windpipe wrong?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so that happened,
yeah.
and I was like choking there for my life. I was like,
And then you feel like there's sausage in your lungs for the rest of the day.
yes, you have like the aftertaste.
hate
I don't know how
that.
to explain it.
Or for me, you know how I'm obsessed with my tonsils because like I've had problems with them for my entire life.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I've tried Barbara O'Neill's like idea of gargling with straight vitamin C water, and I think it does a good thing. Like I can't
Good.
always tell a difference, but I know that it's good. So anyway, I do that
Hey,
sometimes.
at least like placebo effect is never a bad thing either.
Hey, exactly. And I mean, it's vitamin C. It's going to be good whether I notice it or not. So anyway, I do that sometimes. And then right now I have in my mouth those flora things that help with your gut and like all sorts of stuff. So if my S's sound weird, you know why. But anyway, I'm just sucking on those right now. But I don't know if 4 will spawn down here. I might need to replace the ground. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So like when I choke on something, like food related, I feel like it's in the back of my throat for the rest of the day. Like the sausage in the lungs effect. It feels like it's in the back of my throat, and I hate that feeling.
I think that's a common occurrence.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna create a tonsil stone. Like tonsil stone PTSD.
That's disgusting.
Well, that's what it feels like. Because let me tell you, if you don't battle tonsil stones, you're not even a real one. Like you don't understand. It is not a vibe. Alright, anyway, let's get back to last night.
Okay, yeah, so we did something really, really awesome in real life. So Joy and I got to oh wait, sorry. Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Oh my gosh,
What happened?
these guys spawned out of nowhere. I don't think I saw them.
No.
I have to go check the stream. Dude, I don't think I saw them.
No.
Dude, these pillagers.
You have to go check the stream. You're like, did I see that?
Yeah, like for real, I didn't see that. I'm like, did I actually see that? All right. Oh, dude.
No, I understand that sometimes.
Okay, that scared
Yeah.
me so bad. We were about to get into a great subject, and then like, boom,
Stupid
pillagers.
Minecraft, dang it.
Dang it! They knew we were about to talk about something cool too.
I knew it.
All right, I'm
Not
gonna
today,
go.
Satan.
I'm gonna go handle these guys real quick. I'm gonna lead them away from our farm though, because I don't like them like getting next to our
Vibe.
stuff.
I'm gonna put a crafting table down here. I feel like I'm gonna spend a lot of time down here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. Anyway,
Hey, all right.
yeah, that's what Dude, Minecraft dementia is so real. I'm gonna make an iron
Okay.
shovel. Don't judge me for using iron to make a shovel. It is a worthy
These
cause.
guys are just in here. What is going on? These pillagers are just here. Let me see, dude.
Well, there's that. Oh, there's that pillager camp. We need to go raid that thing.
Uh-oh.
Don't let me forget.
I need to eat before I go attack them again. Alright, sorry this is like totally derailing our
No. We're
conversation,
just
but-
hey, we're just out here mining and whining. That's gonna be our podcast name. But I don't think I want that name accurate.
Alright.
We're not whining. Mining and we'll find a
Got 'em.
good name for it.
Alright. I got
Do it
them
help.
all. What?
We'll
You
find a
need
good name
help.
for a podcast. I know. I know.
I needed help. Where were
Minin
you?
and dinin.
No,
No. We can't do that.
that's very cheesy.
Anyway. Oh, it's gonna be cheesy. If it's not cheesy, what are we doing?
Alright, okay. So since I like took care of these, I feel like I can now like have a conversation. Sorry for the derailment there.
Then there's gonna be a creeper walk up behind you and
Don't
I'm
say
just kidding.
that.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So I've been playing music, specifically bass guitar for like 14 plus years.
In real life.
Yeah, in real life,
Just want
because I
you
mean,
guys to know.
yeah.
We're not over here playing Guitar Hero and Smule and whatever else.
Does anybody play Smule?
Hey, don't hate on my game.
That's
I
like
was
a
Smule
old thing.
champion.
Hey, we need to sleep.
Well,
Can you sleep?
2014 vibes. Yeah, let me just come up my stairs real fast, and I don't remember how I got up here. Oh, yes. I'm coming, King Julian.
Anyway, so yeah, I've been playing music, bass guitar for like 14 years or something like that. And I've been playing at church primarily, and if you don't know what Southside Warner Robins is, you should check it out. Southside Baptist Church, Warner Robins. It's awesome. And anyway, so still waiting for you to come sleep. So I've been playing there
Sorry,
for a
it took
long
forever
time,
to come up those stairs.
and I actually started playing there. What are you doing?
I'm
Why?
I'm landscaping. I'm landscaping.
Why did you like? No, why'd you get my blocks?
Why do you have an arrow sticking out of your head?
Because
Look at
I
yourself.
had the pillagers. Look, dude, don't take
Anyway.
the blocks. You gotta respect the blocks, dude.
I need the dirt.
All right,
Sorry.
well,
All right. Go on.
Anyway, so
Continue.
yeah, and I've started out playing by this playing this at this service there at Southside called Celebrate Recovery. And it's for like basically addicts, you know, that are trying to, you know, not be addicted anymore to the
It's
whatever
for
they're
sinners,
addicted-
basically.
Yeah, it's like literally for sinners, but like we're all sinners, and so
Exactly.
but like and we're
Because like
all
when I tell people it's for addicts, like if they haven't had an addiction, they're like, oh well, okay. Like no, it's not exclusive.
no, it's
Like,
no,
you
it's
can-
definitely. I'm glad you
I want to
explained that.
explain.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
not.
all inclusive. Like
It's
you
not
don't have to.
exclusive to that, but it
Yeah.
it there
that's
is
what
a
it's geared
specific
towards.
there is a specific reason for it too, for people who are struggling with addiction and want to get out of that kind of lifestyle. So anyway, yeah, I started playing that like 14 years ago, I think, or wait, not 14 years ago. Sorry, I've been playing music for that long and playing bass for that long, but no, I've
It's been like
started.
what, 10 years?
Yeah, almost 10 years, I think, because
Yeah.
it's 2025. I think I started about 2025 or 2016. Wow,
Yeah,
2015 or
2015 or 16.
2016. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I
Um,
remembered that.
yeah, and so then me and my brothers have played, and then now Joy, she hasn't had like a music career or anything, but Joy has
Not
been
at all.
learning keys,
Yeah.
and yeah, and so she and I
Uh,
actually got to play our first set last night together at CR, and it was super epic, and she did a great job playing keys. It was
oh,
so
thank
cool.
you. Thanks.
Yeah.
It was, as I said on Facebook, which reflects my mindset about it. It was an honor playing alongside you. Well, this is not in the same order that I said it, but anyway, it was an amazing. This is how I said it. It was an amazing experience. I feel like I'm like quote. It was an amazing.
I know.
She said quote. It was no, but it really was. It was a fantastic, amazing experience, guys. Like I had the most. Not that it's all about fun, but I mean like that's such a perk to serve the Lord and have fun with that. I had the most fun that I've had like in years, and I've never had fun in that kind of way too. Of
Yeah.
like being able to play an instrument and play with people in a band on stage. That is so much fun. It's such a teamwork like um atmosphere. Anyway, 10 out of 10 recommend. But no, seriously, like it was so much fun, and it was yeah, it was an honor playing alongside my head, you, and what was the other thing too? Oh, I was telling mom, I was so hyped like about it, still am, that it was this is just like personally in my life, like, you know, something I'll share. Like it I always have had throughout my life, and it gets better with adulthood and like maturity and stuff, but always had like a like where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? So, and a lot of times it's like this isn't it, you know, like whatever it is.
Mhm.
Especially had that last couple of years too, like, you know, with jobs or whatever. Like, you know, you got to do stuff, you got to do what you got to do. But it sometimes it's just like, man, like life is more, you know? Anyway,
Mhm.
last night, it's not the end all, like what we were doing. Because God can work through us in many different ways. But it was like such a I don't know how to describe it. It was like such a like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Basically, uh it always feels really good to have, not that life is all about feelings, but it's always good to have the feeling of like it's almost, how can I explain it? Like it's like feels like God is pleased with you and the choice that you've made in like try in your heart trying to serve him. It's not about
Yeah.
necessarily the action, but the heart behind it.
Mhm.
And so it's like he knows the desires of my heart for, you know, years now. I've wanted to do this. And it doesn't have to be this specifically. It doesn't have to be playing keys. But hey, this is a talent that I never thought I'd have, and that truly I believe he gave me the desire to do it. Because I was never really looking to music. I didn't think I'd ever be a musician or that. What?
I'm sorry
What
to
happened?
interrupt you, but
No,
like I
you're
was
good.
killed by the trident guy.
No! Where was he? I'll get him. No, I won't. I'm just
Wow,
kidding.
he
I
kills you in
never
just like a
do that.
few shots, even with armor.
Oh, dude, yeah. Do not mess with those guys. They will get you. They
All my
some one
stuff went
time
everywhere.
he got me in one shot, even with armor on. This was back a while, but yeah, I know not to mess with those dudes.
Yeah, but I was trying to
Um,
get the stuff from a creeper that dropped, and I lost all my levels, I think.
no, that sucks. She gets 5 big booms. Bloop, bloop. But anyway, I think I was done.
Well, yeah, you
I
were
think
still
I was done.
talking.
If I have anything to
I just
add.
died in the middle of your speech.
No,
I'm
I mean
sorry.
I'm Michael Scott. Like Zoe and I were talking about this a few days ago. She's like, so, I feel like Michael Scott. I start a sentence and then like I forget where I'm at, and I hope to start it up on the way. And playing Minecraft does not help.
No,
Sometimes it
it
does though.
doesn't. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sometimes you can be in like a flow state where you're like talking and they're like, yeah, and you're just like,
You
I
feel the
don't
power
know.
of the chi.
Yeah, but then sometimes you're just like, I cannot put a sentence together right now.
Yep, yep. But anyway, so yeah, super powerful experience. I haven't ever experienced anything like that personally in my life yet, but I was so thankful to do that. I mean, most people, I say most people, no, a lot of people go through their whole lives and they don't get to feel something like that. Which again, like I said, it's not about feelings. It's about like, you know, doing it's just life is
Doing the
not
will of
about
the Lord and like being purpose driven. Yeah.
exactly, but it's great when it feels good though. It's really good.
Yeah, like when
When
you
it
feel
feels like
like
it's
you're
something you're
part of
meant to do.
yeah, you're part of something and
Yeah.
yeah.
And so yeah, I just felt like I was where I was supposed to be and I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. It was just wonderful.
Yeah, it was
Um,
just really it
can't
was
wait for the
almost kind
next
of
time.
surreal, I guess, cuz like it was just
It
really
was.
awesome because I mean, it was like 10 years ago, almost exactly. I don't know exactly the
Yeah,
date,
yeah.
but it was like 10 years ago when I was sharing the same stage with my brothers when we were, we had a
Mhm.
band and we were playing and we played on that stage and we were so excited and it was all of our first times doing that and serving in that way and we did it together and then it's just really awesome to share that same stage um and like but with one of my other siblings, like one of my well and we're agreeably like best friends, and not that my brothers and me are not, but like Joy and I are just on a whole different level of connection and stuff. So
Good news
um
Minecraft. Sorry. I'm so
good
sorry.
news
Dude,
Minecraft.
I just figured out what our little podcast is going to be called.
Well, no, but the thing
Good news
is what
Minecraft.
happens when we play like 7 days and stuff.
Okay, that's bad news 7 days. That's um I don't know. I don't know what we call that. No, no, no. Look, see, Joy, for each game we have to have an according like podcast name.
Oh,
And
okay.
by the way, we're not actually podcasters. Like, nor are we trying to be.
People
I was just
but
a joke.
it's
It's a
crazy
joke.
though
And if it
because
ever turns into something, we'll let you know. But
people love people love like podcasts. There's like a
dude,
huge I know it's oversaturated right now. That's at least the
it
feeling.
is.
But
Yeah.
yeah, people love podcast and
Well, it's crazy
listening
because
to.
even oh, sorry to kind of like interrupt
No,
you,
you're
but
good.
like even with how saturated it is, you still find the ones you like, and you still like there's still a market for you.
Yeah,
You don't even have to be original. You just have to be you, which is going to be original. Even if you pick the same topics, sometimes people might just like the sound of your voice or the way you put things better.
and that's very
Um,
true. Yeah,
yeah, so that's what I actually really like about podcasts, is that it is oversaturated. I don't think that I would actually like it if it was more limited, because,
there's like plenty to listen
I don't
to.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think
different
there's room for
varieties.
literally everyone to
Well,
do
cause
that.
and that's what's like
You may or may
part
not
of
get listens, but
yeah, part of being human is like everybody has their own backstory, right? And so like
yeah,
no two stories
and
are the
style.
same. And so we might have similarities, but everybody has different. Yeah, we're all unique, and so that's why I'm never
Everyone's
afraid to just,
special dash.
which is a way of saying no one
No
is.
one is. That's the other thing too, Julia. Like, if we ever did have a podcast, if we ever
We
did,
quote
or just
movies.
while we're,
We
yeah,
get
we
like
quote.
copyright
It's
claims
always
because people are like, "Hey,
The Incredibles, and it's gonna be The Incredibles, and what's the other movie that we always oh shoot, what's it called? What's the other movie we always? Oh, National Treasure, probably, or something like that.
yeah, we have a lot of movies we quote."
But I mean, who doesn't? I think that's so relatable.
Hands down,
Everybody
to
does.
me, the most quotable movie, I guess, like animated movie. There's a lot of quotable movies, but I think it really is Incredibles. I think that is just so quotable.
Yeah, Cars is pretty quotable, but not always. Um, oh, there was something that was super quotable, and I can't remember it, so I guess maybe it wasn't. But
I should probably light Mallory's sign up with torches or something like.
oh, I did. I did a little backlighting. You might want to do a lot more, but I
Okay,
did
that's
do
what I'm
that.
looking at.
A
I'm
little bit
like,
of backlighting.
I was like, oh, that looks cool. I wonder, but I thought it was like the sunset or something. So you did light it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, just a little bit, but I
No,
think it
that
needs a
adds a
little more,
lot. That's
possibly. Yeah.
Can you put
I'm
can you
so
put a
dumb. I
torch
came all
on
the way up
wool?
here for that. Yes, you can. I didn't want to because I was like, I've never known it to be a problem,
No, I think torches are just
but
like campfires. They don't start fires.
I think so too. Yeah, I've never known it to be a problem, but I don't know sometimes when there's updates and I haven't played, like right now, I haven't played Minecraft in a while, and there's some stuff that's taken me by surprise, like some gameplay controls that's taken me by surprise. Anyway, behaviors of things. So I didn't want to do that the other day. and like light your thing on fire, and then you like come back to the server and it's just literally like in motion flames. Like that would make me really sad. It'd make me really sad because then I have to rebuild it. So, but of course,
True.
anything for you, Mal. I would do anything for you. Um,
Aw.
but not give you my stuff. You have to give that back.
I don't think she knew.
Oh, she knew. She knew.
She's like,
I'm
why would I
squinting
give that? Oh, hey, there's a
right now.
glitch.
What?
Oh,
There's a
there was
glitch?
just a glitch. There's a chest open and nobody was in it.
Oh, that joke is weird because the chests are black when they're open. And
Yes,
it looks
and
like
so it
you're
looks
looking into the
creepy.
void. It's weird.
Well, you don't ever
Like
really
someone's gonna
see
pop
it
out.
that much because unless somebody else is in there, because
Yeah. Well, and then your inventory usually like it's if you're in the chest, your inventory covers it too. And it's just
yeah,
it's
that's
weird.
what I'm
It's
saying.
unnerving. You feel like Skibbity Toilet Head is gonna like pop out of there.
What is giving it to my head?
It's ruined a whole
Oh.
generation.
Well, anyway, I know we kind of got like I don't know if there's anything
No, we can
else
keep coming
to
back to it.
yeah, I don't even know if there's anything else to say, but yeah, it was just really really cool getting to play with you last
Sure
night.
was.
Because
was.
I've like dreamed about that for a long time, getting to play with my sister, you know, on stage. And like that it just was really cool to see that come true. So
Yeah,
I
it
had a
was
fun time.
super cool.
And by the way, you like crushed it. I don't know if I said that earlier. You
Oh,
crushed it. You
thanks.
really you did a lot
I
of
was surprised how
Well,
well
yeah,
my hands did.
yeah, you did a lot of preparation, like a lot of practice. You
Yeah.
worked really hard. And for your
I got
first
sick of those songs.
Yeah, I mean, you will get sick of them when you're like practicing them a million times, and that's just how it is at first.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like for your first go at it, like it was incredible. It was really, really awesome.
And I already know what I want to work on like for the next time and the next time and stuff.
yeah,
And it's so cool to be able to look back on the stream and I'm already seeing like, oh yeah, okay, I want to play a slightly different time signature in my style, like for, you know, whatever the pad was or just in the first song, like, I would just kind of play it like that, you know, and that sounds better.
hmm
So I really, really, really appreciated being able to look back on the stream because I only hear you only hear what you're playing in the moment and you only hear your ear mix, and so it's really nice to hear how you sound in the house because I'm like, am I really loud? Am I pushed up right now, or am I kind of like, is Jordan pulling me back a little bit? I don't know.
No, you like here's the thing. You pretty much just play it like the same volume level. Obviously, your hands have variances on like, you know,
No, I
playing
play
softer
at this.
versus
Yeah, of course.
louder.
But like I don't know if there's a point where he pulls us back. You know, like for instance on invitation or you know, welcoming, like it's sometimes hard to know when he dials us all up.
But
You know what
like,
I'm saying?
yeah, but really,
So
you
if I
don't
mess up,
you don't
I
have
kind of
to.
want to know.
No, but you don't have to worry about that. Really, you
Oh,
don't.
I wasn't worried. I was just curious. Like it's just something that I'm not experienced in, so I was just curious like about.
Yeah, you just
So
basically
it's cool to hear that stream.
play your volumes and just like keep it consistent, and then you'll
Yes.
be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Dude, this is so much granite that I'm mining right now. Well, I was gonna want to segue if we have time or if we want to or whatever. If you want to keep talking, I was gonna like just fun fodder to talk about while we're in this mode is like how we both got started playing music or instruments.
oh
Because
yeah.
I'm just now embarking on this public journey, but I've been doing it privately for a little while, but unexpectedly. And then I kind of feel like it was also unexpected with your instrument too. Like I don't think you set out from 5 years old like I want to play bass. So it's kind of cool to like come into that because I always love sharing inspiring stories to people who think that like they can't do it or they're not cut out for something or they're just like
Right,
it
of
passed
course.
over me or whatever. So go. How did you get started playing bass?
So I was about 13, 14, and I'm 27 now. So like I was about those ages when my brother Joseph, he was like, "Hey, you should, you know, because he taught himself how to play guitar, acoustic guitar."
From what age? Just small.
He was
detail.
about 12, I think. I think he was
Yeah,
like 12 or
pretty
13 or
young.
something, and he started, yeah.
He
By the
never had
way,
a lesson.
side note, I think I'm gonna go over to that cave if you want to do a little bit of side mining with me. I gotta go get my horse
Which
and
cave?
stuff.
Which cave?
The place we left
Oh,
our
the
horses
glowberries?
last night. Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I'm doing stuff over here. I
Okay,
think I'm
cool.
just gonna stay kind of local.
Nice.
But yeah. Hey, if you want to bring a lead and take mine, you don't have to. I'm gonna go back there eventually and get it.
I think I
don't
have a
care.
lead over there. Anyways,
If it's more trouble than it's worth, don't bother, because you got to go back on the bridge and everything. So I don't know.
no,
Anyway.
it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, but Joseph, he told me, he was like, hey, you know, you should like start playing bass, you know, and like we should start forming a band or something. I think it'd just be really
Now, mind you,
cool.
if I can give a little backstory onto his personality,
Yeah,
this
go
is
ahead.
the guy that always urges you to do stuff, and sometimes, like most of the time, it's like very valid. Sometimes it is like the craziest stuff. Like, okay, every day habitually. It's so funny because Anna, his wife, and I always joke about this because like she understands his weird ways, and she like he always like habitually he'll be like, Joy, you should like get a Jeep. Okay, like literally just
Or
get
a
a Jeep,
truck.
and then yeah, get a truck. Like everyone needs a truck. And I'm like, hey, I second that, but like I'm trying to be like economy efficient, like with my little Honda right now. I love that thing. It's nice and
You have a
sporty.
little
It's for what I
Civic
need.
hatchback, which by the way used to be
Shoot,
my
sport,
Civic
how?
hatchback. Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, and then at one point, Julie and I even had matching Honda Civics, and it was
Yep.
lit. But
We
then
just
they got a
sold
Jeep
ours. Yeah, we just sold ours.
for a
and got
Jeep.
Yeah.
And so that's been a lot of fun. So I'm like, Joseph, be content that they got a Jeep. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, and then like he'll be like, Joy, you know, he'll get like a little lap like guitar or like like some sort of little nifty instrument that sounds really cool.
And
He'll
he
be
wants
like,
you to
Joy,
join him.
you
Yeah.
should, and I want to. I really do. I want to play that thing.
But
I wanna be like,
he tries to talk you into stuff, but not
Yes.
yeah, but
Not in a
like,
bad way.
Yeah, not like in a bad
It's
way.
like
But
great.
he wants you to join him on everything, and it's really sweet.
Yes, and it's so sweet. He'll be like, you should just like, you know, like $400, like get a 4-wheeler. Just get a 4-wheeler. Get a little trailer. I'm like, dude, what? Anyway, so he's always, so backstory on him, he's always like doing that. I love it because then he like encourages his kids to do stuff and try stuff. He encourages, like, he's really inspiring in a very Josephy way. Anyway,
Yeah.
so he did that to you.
Yeah, he was telling me that because like then and I plunked around on it, I think, a little bit when I was like early age of 13, and then we didn't actually start a band until I was like end of 13 going into 14. And yeah, he was like, hey, yeah, you know, let's, and we started this band called Drawing from Heaven.
Yeah,
I
buddy.
still don't really like the name very much. They would disagree with me because they're like, no, it was a great name. But I
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
I just didn't like the name. It was supposed to be like we draw everything we do from heaven, not like drawing like a pen and paper, like drawing
No,
like
yeah,
water
yeah.
out of a well kind of thing.
Hopefully people got that.
Well, that's why I'm saying the name was a little bit confusing. So I just feel like it should have been
The
named
door
better.
holders, though, I'm hey, I'm not hating or roasting or throwing shade on anyone. I'm just saying door holders, I feel like, is a harder concept to grasp, like, unless you have the story behind it, or like, you know, kind of because it's sort of like, why, you know?
Yeah, well, that
Like,
was
door
a
holders
little
to
bit
what?
similar of a name to like Drawing from Heaven, but
Yeah.
I honestly I feel like
But I
door
can't hate
holders
on it.
makes more sense than like the Drawing from Heaven. I don't know.
Well, Drawing from
Maybe
Heaven is pretty. That's pretty straightforward. But door holders,
well,
I
no,
don't
because
know.
people
I
would
think
be
you can
like,
make a case for both.
yeah, but like they'd be like door holders. Like, no, it was cool because they're like holding, you know, holding what door? You know, it's like, and then you're like, oh, like, you know,
Well, yeah,
we're
like
just
if there's a
we're just
yeah,
like
I
trying
don't
to,
know.
you know, basically lead
Well,
people to Christ and like and you know,
hold the door for heaven, basically.
yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
know, it's kind of like
basically.
a yeah.
Like hold the door, you know, that kind of thing. And so
Yeah.
like it makes sense. Maybe I don't know. Like I think it's an all right name. I think it's a
I
little
think
bit less
Drawing from Heaven
confused.
is a little more straightforward. Like,
Oh well, I think the opposite. I've always thought
no,
that like it was a little bit more
I don't know.
confusing for some reason,
Maybe.
and but that's just me. Um,
Anyway, sorry, that was a whole segue. So, you guys started a band.
yeah, we started a band back in like
It was you and
yeah, me
James and
and
Joseph.
James and Joseph, you know, our two brothers, and then we had a couple of other, you know, people that we met. The drummer, like I didn't even know him really. I met him at a camp somewhere, and then like we quickly like formed a band or something. So like
Well, and that
we
was kind
weren't
of
even
how it was
friends
with
for long.
Andy.
Yeah. Andy was
Andy was a part of the band.
a little bit later add
Yeah,
on.
and
But
y'all didn't know
he
him
was
very
from.
well yet.
Oh yeah, exactly. We didn't know him from Adam. Like we just heard about him because James was working at Chick-fil-A at the time, and Andy's dad was working there too. And so it was like this
He's really
crazy,
cool.
yeah, it's like this crazy like lineup of like, whoa, how could we have like we didn't plan this. This is crazy.
I always tell new people that I meet and I like start forming a relationship with. I always tell because like some people it takes them by surprise, just kind of how things happen. And I'm like, dude, this is just how we meet people. Like we meet people in Walmart, boom, like somehow best friends for life. Like I kid you no joke. We
Yeah,
could tell
yeah.
so many stories about like our mom, our parents. I think we got that from them
Oh,
and
like
just their
Jeannie and
love for
Janie, they met
people.
them at Lowe's.
Yeah, to
And
connect
now
with them.
they're like
Exactly.
lifetime friends.
Oh yeah, we just got back from like a whole trip with Jeannie and Janie. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
That
We've
yeah.
done a lot
Anyway,
of life
so
with
yeah,
them.
we just meet people. That's how we work. We just meet
Yeah,
people.
and so
Anyway.
that's how it was with like yeah, uh we started the band first. It was just James, Joseph, our two brothers, and then like Zach, our drummer, and Josiah. He was a long-term friend. We've known him forever. Um and
He was also Roston's best friend growing up as well.
yeah, Rawson's my husband, of course. And so
Slim
if
Thick
anybody
Ross, they know the vibes.
yeah.
Slim Thick Ross.
And so anyway, it's like a whole like everybody knows everybody kind of thing. But yeah,
For real.
we didn't know like the our drummer, and we didn't know Andy, who was our lead singer too. Has a great voice from day one. But he like it was really cool to watch him grow over the years. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but like he's just
Everyone needs to know.
yeah, he's just a great vocalist. Like he had a great vocal, untrained, And so anyway, so with some training later on in the years to come, like he was just like he's a great vocalist. Zach's no longer playing drums. He's doing more other stuff, but we actually go to the same church as him still. And anyway, yeah, Joseph basically was like, "Hey, yeah, we're me and James, we're gonna start a band. We want you to play bass and stuff."
Which has always been Joseph's dream to just like he loves doing that. Even like to this day, he still does that. He'll like start little bands on the weekend and gig and stuff like that. Like, he
He's
just
like
loves that
super
kind of
about
thing.
it, and
He loves collaborating.
yeah, and
Anyway,
so
on.
yeah, so he got me started at first without kind of like without anything to put it to. Like we didn't have a band yet, and so like I didn't play very much or very long. And then when we were like forming a band, I was like, all right, well I'll learn this to get to help them out to be a part of this, this could be cool. And so yeah, I started learning how to play bass and kind of learning along with um the band that we started. And so it was just super interesting. um then I guess the band lasted for like what, 6 years, I think.
5 or
From
6. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now. It was from
Did you guys start in 2011 or 12?
It was 2012, I think.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
It ended in
17,
in
18.
like
We did
it
our
ended in
last,
18?
we
Oh my
did our last
gosh.
gig in 18, but we had decided before then, we're like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to, uh, like, you know, we were going
And
to disband.
it's super important to note it was all in good terms.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
everybody was just,
like it was
we were all
just
kids at
getting married,
first,
you
and
know,
then we all were growing up, and so it was just not
yeah.
really working for the it was not really working so well for just like the, I guess, growing up as
And
adults, and we
y'all
had to
were at the
kind of go our
point
separate ways. Yeah.
y'all were getting like really good. I say really good. I know that's super subjective. Like because there's it's like we can all look back and cringe or whatever, but like you guys were getting to the point where like you definitely could have and like yeah, you're at the point to like start making record deals and
Oh well,
like
no, we
start
were.
doing on the No,
I
no,
say record
not
deals.
producing records. I mean making record deals, and like you guys could have started going on the radio, and then like from there you're gonna start to get really big and like touring and stuff. And you have like once you get those deals, you have to like tour and do, an amount of stuff, for them to have you on the radio. Like you. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah. But
you guys were getting to that
we
point.
did record like a few albums and stuff. And it was cool because I mean like one
Oh
of
my
the albums,
gosh.
like the biggest one. What's happening? Oh
Sorry, I got jumped. Hey, are you at a place where you could sleep? I'm sorry.
no. Wait, where
It's
did I?
okay if not.
Let's see. Hold on.
No, I just gotta go get my stuff. Forget
Yeah,
about it.
I will. No, I can sleep.
You can?
Yeah, you gotta log off or something though.
I gotta log off? No, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oops. I didn't realize.
Help.
Duh, you're alive.
Anyway, I'm sorry to abruptly derail
Yeah,
that
like
story.
back in the day when we were like, just like teenagers and stuff, like growing up, like it was it was a
I
big
hate those dogs.
it was a big deal for us, like at the time
Yeah,
we
'cause
were.
y'all are kids.
I mean, and even
Sometimes
as
people don't reach that stuff to their 30s, like, and they've had a band for like 10 years, and you
right.
guys were, oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys were like reaching that, and y'all were all just turning like 19, 20, 21,
Yeah, and so like it was even
That's
for
pretty cool.
adults, like it was kind of, big time stuff. Like it's all relative because you think like big time stuff and it can look a million different ways, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
and
for
it's
sure.
like, oh, it's not you're not big time until this or that. So it's like I'm
It's
just
all
saying
subjective.
in a small town local community kind of way, and then like we went to Atlanta, recorded our albums and stuff. Like it was looking up, like it was getting like bigger, and we were like, whoa, look at what God's doing and stuff.
It,
He
it was
brought
at
us a
the
long
point
way.
where you needed to like make a decision, like, hey, are we all gonna go this way, or should we kind of not quit while we're ahead, but like, we're all like getting older now, we're all getting married, like James is getting married, Joseph got married,
Yeah,
had already gotten married, Andy and Mallory were gonna get married like in the next year or two or whatever. And it was just sort of like, are we gonna go full-fledged into this, or are we just gonna like, and also, I'm sorry to speak so much about this because it's not my life, but this is
no,
just what
no,
I
go ahead.
observed from like looking in, is like Southside had come along to that point, and I think everyone kind of started finding a place in Southside to where it's like, well, we can still do all of this and serve in this church, and like, does that make sense? Is that kind of how it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
too? Like, we can disband, but we could still do the same stuff and all play together, but we're just not as like tightly committed to like, hey, we have to play all these fests and festivals, and we have to do all this stuff, and it was just like a lot more intense having a
Yeah, oh
band
yeah,
versus
yeah.
just
Having a band,
disbanding
it's
and doing
definitely a
that.
lot of work. It's a lot of work, and because you're like it's like late, like early morning, late night. Like you're driving across the state. Like
Rehearsals,
and you're sometimes driving states away and then you have like
camps.
your trailer. Yeah, camps, don't even get me started.
The setup, the teardown. It's like you're
Yeah,
a circus, like a godly circus. You're
yeah,
a godly circus.
yeah. So
I'm gonna.
it's a lot of work being in a band. I'm sure anybody who's in
Mm,
music and has like traveled around and like set up your own gear, you understand.
ooh, yeah.
It was a lot, and
And it costs money too. Not
oh
that that's
yeah,
like a
it does.
problem per
And so,
se, but
and too,
yeah.
like for a Christian group, it's like, you're trying to go and minister to people, so it's not like
All
all
about the
about the
money.
money. But here's the thing: as any like business or anything, like you do need to have money to operate. That's the truth about anything.
Oh yeah.
It's like, so, yeah, we're just trying to figure all those moving parts out.
It
And
seemed like when everyone was starting to think like, hey, this is pretty intense for our life right now. That seems kind of like when everyone found Southside and was like, hey, we could still do the same thing, and we now have a whole support system, and we
yeah,
could support other people in their like budding
well,
music
yeah,
careers
like I
too.
said, we started playing
Seemed like everyone.
CR. I think it was like a year or two before we disbanded. So like I think it
Yeah.
was back in, wait, let me think, 2015 or 16. So then we disbanded in 2018. Really, it was like 2017. We are like, okay, we're gonna disband. And then after that, we had our last gig that was in 2018. But we had already decided way beyond that point that like we were gonna, you know, um, disband at that point. So, yeah, I mean, we were already a part of Southside. Everybody was kind of, you know, integrated in. Well, not everybody, but like Andy, our lead singer, was. James, my brother, he was playing keys.
My
Like,
inspiration.
yeah, like he was playing keys at Southside. Zach was playing drums and then getting involved with the tech stuff.
Production.
Yeah,
And
production
he's
stuff.
fantastic at it.
Yeah, he's really good. And let's see, I was getting involved, like playing more bass, you know, there and stuff. So yeah, it was just one of those things where like, okay, what do we want to make this? Are we going to like be the next Casting Crowns, or like, because like that takes a
Mhm.
lot of commitment and stuff. So
Yeah, like once you decide to do that, like you need to stick with that for at least a good 10 years. Like you know, you got to do that. You can't just like, "Oh, we're going to, you know, yeah, like start doing the radio and do a couple tours or whatever and then like, "Oh, well, I think we're
No,
just
you
done."
have-
So
it's
it's
like
like
a
you really have to
commitment thing.
decide where the trajectory of your life is going to go.
right, and
Yeah.
you have to like give up a lot to like be a part of that. It's a life like path
Yeah.
and calling, like it really is. And
So if you're like, I don't want to raise if you're like getting married and you're gonna have your first children pretty soon, you're like, I don't want to raise my family on the road. Quit while you're ahead, dude. Like, don't try to do that because that will probably, if you can kind of tell that that's not what God has for your family unit, like, don't tear your family apart for that. Like, yeah, for that, you know. And I'm not saying that they would have been torn apart. I'm just saying like it's a lot, as you know, more
Yeah.
than I do. It's a lot.
I'm trying to figure out. I keep on losing my way back down to this spot, and it's like so annoying.
I hate that.
But anyway,
I've been mining so much granite. I'm sick of granite. But I like to build my houses out of granite, and I do think it's really pretty. So that's why I'm mining all these pockets out of here.
oh,
Yeah,
dude,
I just made some iron pants.
I gotta get this guy.
can't
He
wait
took
to
me
wear
by
'em.
surprise.
Aha! I have iron.
Okay.
Oh.
Scary. He appeared out of nowhere. I was just like, I was just kind of really, I wasn't even, I was doing some low key mining while I was talking to you and telling this story. And so I wasn't even like, you know, doing Minecraft very seriously at all.
And then you realize you
And
gotta
then-
lock in.
And then there was a creeper, and I was like, frick! Ah!
Dude, that was me a few seconds ago with the zombies. Like, it was nighttime, and I was just sort of in my mining spirit, and I realized, oh, I'm still open to the elements. Here come these 3 zombies trotting along, like, hey, how you doing? Anyway, I was not locked in. So anyway, that's why I can't fly planes.
Thank you for your story.
I'd be like, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, anyway,
so
yeah,
back to the story.
I'm trying to think, like, what part was I even at?
I don't even know. Oh yeah. So you know, you guys had the band. We all went into all of that about like, you know, where that went, why you're not still obviously in it, and then from there you found Southside, and then so Drawing from Heaven started playing there, you know, back in the day before you all disbanded, and then after you disbanded, everyone was kind of already involved at that point anyway. So
yeah, sorry, I'm still
you've
like
been there
killing
for the
stuff
last
in a
like
cave.
10 years. I'm gonna tell your story. So she's been there for the last 10 years.
No, yeah, I've been
Hijacked.
at Southside for let's see, yeah, about 10 years, because I played CR before. I think I started playing CR before I even started going there. Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
how we
yeah.
did. We knew Caleb, and we're like, okay. He was like, yeah, you guys should come play CR there. And so we did. We started playing CR at Southside in like 2015 or 16. I can't remember. I have to really get those dates right, because like it's one of those years. I don't remember when it was, but it was around that time. Oh, sorry, I'm in a cave. See, this is why I don't do serious mining when I'm like in a cave.
Dude, could you imagine Joe Rogan doing like a Minecraft podcast?
Dude, he would get wrecked, dude. He would get wrecked.
I think he would. I hate all these darn cows.
Or he'd be like a god at it. I don't know. He'd be
No.
like really good.
No, there's no way. No, actually, there is a way, because I know he games. He is a gamer, actually.
Yeah.
He does.
Anyway,
but I feel like
sorry.
this would probably be too boring for him. Anyway,
I
doesn't
know
matter.
because we keep on looping back. They're gonna be like, these people, like, okay.
Have dementia and I can't listen to them. Like if I listened to me, I'd be like, oh my gosh. Anyway.
Yeah, and so yeah, we started. I think we started playing CRs at Southside before we even started going to that church, and then and yeah, like the situation was my home church at the time I was going to was just this little Baptist church in Macon, and I say Baptist. Those are just like the churches that we've gone to. I've never been like any kind of denomination. I don't believe in like denominations. I kind of get
All
why
in the
there's like a
Bible, dude.
yeah. I'm like I get why those like kind of exist to help people know what people believe, like kind of like a guideline of like so you believe in this way about scripture because like some people have really wild beliefs about scripture and
Yeah,
so it kind of
yeah.
helps people know exactly what people believe but no I've never been
But you still
for
get the
that.
crazies in every denomination for sure.
Yes for sure and but I think it's just like I get the reason why there's like denominations but I've never like called myself I'm a Baptist, like I don't refer to myself as that anyway. But we've gone to Baptist churches because those are like the some of the closest view takes on scripture that like I believe in and stuff. And so yeah, our family at the time was going to Lake Wildwood Baptist Church, and we were very far away from it. It was not like right around the corner. It was like a good 50-minute drive, I think, and um and yeah
Britain could never.
and then yeah I know they cannot conceive of the idea um but anyway so yeah it was a long drive and we had just moved too and so it was making it even longer to get to there so to get to church so we were like yeah we've been going to this church for what was
My
it like
torches.
15 years or something. How long was that?
What the heck? Sorry, I'm just realizing that with my death, my torches mysteriously disappeared, even though all my stuff was literally in a corner. What happened there? Anyway, sorry, we went to that church for about 10 years. Yeah, because we went when I was 2, started going when I was 2, and then
I thought it was about 15
we left
years.
when I was 12. No, we left when I
Oh,
was
okay.
12.
Okay, you're
Oh,
right. Yeah.
I think maybe Anna and Joseph went almost 15 years.
Yeah,
Or,
that makes
well,
sense.
actually,
That tracks.
probably more than that, because Anna was a pastor's daughter, so.
Oh yeah, she's been there her whole
It's
life.
probably more than that. Yeah,
But
it's way more than that.
but yeah, and
Dude,
so
slurp!
I need to go find my bed though.
Wow.
That might take a while. Hold on.
I want to be as impatient as you are with me when I don't sleep.
Well, no, I'm just telling you.
I'm on the run.
I hear some stuff behind
Oh,
me.
it's not so funny, is it?
No, I just hear stuff near me. I'm like,
I'm just kidding. Anyway. Dude, I really miss Travis's oven system. Can we bring that back, please?
Me too. I do. Like, that's
Please.
the problem with vanilla.
We've been so
servers.
spoiled.
Yeah, is you don't have all the like little mod amenities.
So spoiled. Anyway.
Well,
I'm just gonna cook around while you
Yeah, I'm almost to my bed. Joy, you should be down here mining with me.
Dude, I don't know what's going on. Why are you the explorer this time and I'm over here just farting around at home? Okay. I'm gonna use all your ovens to make my bricks.
That's fine. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Back to it though.
Yeah, so I know this is like a super long story, but it doesn't have to be long. I did sleep.
Well, I wanted it to be long. I didn't want you to just be like, well, I started playing at 12, 13, and now I play at Southside. I'd be like, what? No.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of stuff that happened
long
in between
stuff to talk about. Yeah. We like the long stories for this.
For the sesh.
For the sesh, exactly.
Yeah, and I'll probably
I like to make short story long for the sesh.
Okay.
You know?
I'll probably get it together, like more together for like the story, because I do want to like share it more, in the years to come. So I just need to perfect the story of like telling it.
Yeah, so you got to keep telling it.
Yeah, yeah, because like I have some of my dates wrong. I've got to go make sure like I remember when things happened. because life sometimes gets a little blurry on like what year do we do that now,
Mhm.
you know? And so
Oh yeah.
yeah, but yeah, so in 2016, that's when we were playing. I think in 2015 at CR. Then we moved in 2015 as well to a new location, like our family. Um, and yeah, that's when we were like considering, okay, like, do we want to go to a different church because like it's like insanely far to travel like twice a week because there's Wednesday services and Sunday services, and so it's a long time.
And we just wanted to we wanted to be able to continue
Like
to be super involved in the church and serving
well,
and
in
just,
our community, yeah, like
activities. Yeah,
because
community, exactly.
when you travel, so far away to be a part of a community so far away, it's just like, okay, you start to like not know the very neighbors and people around you, in your town, and so it kind of, you know, you have
Yeah.
to just put forth that effort, or you need to like find a community and church closer so that you can connect with your people. So, it's different things work, and for everybody. But yeah, that's just kind of what we were drawn to. Is like, all right, we moved. It's a longer drive to this church, so we love them, we'll miss them, but we decided to just go to a different church. And so, then I felt led to Southside because I was getting involved, and I really loved the family created there, and so I was like, wow, I want to be a part of this. And James already had started. He went to Crosspoint
Yep.
even before we left Wildwood.
He had branched off when he was like 17, I think it was, 18.
Yeah, he started
making-
playing keys at
Wait, he did?
yeah,
I did not know he started playing keys. I thought he played guitar and like sang.
yeah, he
I did
did.
not know
He
that.
did.
I totally forgot that lapse.
No,
I
well,
had
no,
a
I think-
lapse about that
I
part of
think
his,
you're
like,
actually more right than me.
music
I think he did play guitar and sang first, and then as he was learning keys and stuff with Drawing from Heaven, he
'Cause I-
he started playing keys at what do you call it? Crosspoint. And
Because I remember, like, always for a couple of years being surprised to see James on the piano, because he and Joseph were always the guitar guys.
yeah,
And Joseph took he took off on guitar more than James, because like it's just his instrument, like it just is.
he's
But
a
James is
natural
really
at
good
it,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, like he does a bunch. He's practiced more with that because he
Yeah.
does gigs with it, and so yeah. But like he and James were always the guitar guys back in the day, back in their teens and stuff.
Yeah.
But then like kind of when the band formed, it was like, well, we need a keys player.
Yeah, when
And,
Joseph didn't start really doing
yeah.
gigs like he's doing now, he didn't start doing that
That's
until
true.
really after Drawing from Heaven days.
Yeah, he
So-
started like in 2015 at like Coffee Cup or something back in the day. This is old.
Yeah. I'm saying he started. You're right. Like he did do some stuff like wow.
He
Drawing
started
from
the music
Heaven.
scene in Perry. Like
Yeah, for real.
that's unquestionable, which is so cool to me. I just think that's so cool. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
proud of like everything, like his accomplishments
Oh yeah, for
for
sure.
doing that. Because to be honest, we didn't really think he was gonna make it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Joseph's actually been a huge part in developing.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
I don't have any more torches there. He's been a huge part in developing that music culture in Perry. Actually,
Which is such a good thing. And it was
yeah.
so needed. We have such a cute little town, and it's just it really sets it off to have that live music, ambience to it. Ambience.
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 Ambience. Oh, stupid. How
Anyway,
dumb can we make a word sound?
I don't know.
Oh, you can make coarse dirt. Did you know that?
Did I know that?
All you have to do is put gravel and dirt together. That's so
I think
weird.
actually I knew that at one
Hey.
time. I could not tell you if I remembered that, but
Oh yeah, that's always
is it daytime?
You need to make a shovel. Yeah, it's daytime.
Okay.
The fear of coming out of your hole, like you're coming out of your What am I trying to say? Coming out of your mine shaft, and you're like, "Is it daytime?
Well, I just need to get some wood, and I was like, oh,
How fast do I need to run?"
Like, is it daytime?
Go to the mine shaft if you're in that cave. Go to the mine shaft, and you'll have wood
Nah,
for
I'm just gonna
days.
get like trees and stuff.
Eh.
Um,
That's the thing. I always love finding a mine shaft down there because it's like, man, I'm self-sustaining. Like, I don't need to reach the surface for a long time. Especially if you bring like bread with you or a bunch of wheat, and then you are good to go. Like, you're self-sustaining. You have everything you need. You don't even need to bring a bed per se. Although it is preferred.
yeah. Let me think. I don't really like when I tell stories kind of disorganized, and it's like, I'm like, what did
You feel
people?
like you didn't tell it all.
Well, you're like, what did people draw from this? Like, what did I
Like,
say
did they follow along?
or not say that like took away from the story?
That's why you gotta have a live, and you gotta have your questionnaire open. Not that anyone's
Yes,
watching, but
yeah.
if they were,
Yeah.
you would know.
But no, it's kind of
Whoa.
distracting when you're
Hold
trying
on.
to like tell part of your life story, but like also play Minecraft. I'm just telling you, for anybody who can relate, that's me.
Yep. You better not be able to come up here. Uh-uh.
But
I don't think you can.
I'll tell more of it. And well, oh frick, I'm gonna end up killing myself.
All right, my turn.
Oh, what?
Well, I don't have much of a music career.
Oh yeah, but anyway, let me like, yeah, let me because I wanted you to share like what your story is.
Just hit him. I'm just gonna hit him, and then he'll stop bothering me. Dude, what is up with all these zombies coming out of this cave,
People
dude?
mad.
I don't want to go down here anymore. I don't feel like dying today.
So yeah, that's kind of basically the story. I've been playing at Southside though for a long time, and I've loved every minute of it and just appreciated it so much. And so anyway, it's just been a big part of my life, and so to have you, that's like one of my best friends, and my sister, like to be playing alongside with you, it was just like I didn't know that would ever happen one day. In the back of my mind somewhere, I was just like, oh, I hope that happens, but I wasn't counting on it, like, because I didn't know if you would be, involved with music like that one day, or if you'd want to. So I was like, yeah. So anyway, I guess that's like a perfect segue. I guess not really perfect because I could have told the story better, but I'll work on it because I do want to tell the story. It's like a really cool story. But yeah, so then that's kind of like segue into your story. What's your story?
Well, it all started when I was. Hold on, I gotta throw out this gravel.
You want me to bring your horse back, by the way?
Oh, I mean, if you want to, you really don't, like, you do not have to, because I'll go and fetch him later. Oh, every time I say the word fetch, I think of someone who shall not be named, who is very precious to me, but, she got really offended at work. This is Bucky's days. A little bit of lore for you. She got really offended when a manager, not me, but a manager said, "Can you go fetch blah 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 blah?" And she thought that it was a disrespectful thing to say.
Really?
And I was like, if you've read books, you know exactly the meaning of
said that
fetch,
to
and
her?
it does not pertain to dogs. Oh, yeah. I said what? What said what?
Wait, did you say the fetch thing, or her manager?
No, I said it wasn't me. It wasn't me. But it's something I actually would say, and I have said before. Like, totally something I wouldn't think twice about, because I've read books. But I was like, if you've read books, I mean, I didn't say it exactly like that, but basically, if you are literate and have read literature that it spans back before maybe 1900, or even in the 1900s, fetch does not pertain to dogs, so she's not referring to you as a female dog. She is saying, can you go get something? But she's saying it in an archaic way because she reads books. I know this person. Anyway, I just thought it was hilarious. It was like on a day when you don't need the extra drama, and you're just like, y'all really trying to get offended by everything these days. Anyway, totally random. I need a pot of lava to throw my trash into, so if you happen to find any, I would appreciate it.
Okay. I
But that's what I
cannot
think of
sleep
when I
at
hear
the
the word
moment.
fetch.
I I need to log
Wait, log
out,
off.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
log off.
but I have a horse
Do it.
with me. Dang it.
Oh,
Such bad
well,
timing.
your horse will. Oh, wait. My horse will not log off with you.
Yeah, so I'm like wondering what will happen to them. I'm just
Just keep
gonna
going.
chance it.
Keep going. Yeah, just do it.
Oh, wait. Keep
What?
going?
Yeah, run. Do what I would do. I would never steer you wrong.
I just don't want a creeper to come up and blow us all up.
Ideally, we don't want that to happen, for sure.
I'm
I need to
having a
get
hard
some
time
coal
finding
here.
the way up too. It's just aggravating.
So, a tip for your mine chest, kids, or your stuff. Tip for your stuff. Keeping coal, and maybe everybody else knows this, but keeping coal in block form will super save you space if you collect a lot of coal like I do.
Oh, iron too.
And
There's more
yeah,
pillagers.
same
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
And lapis, basically everything.
Dude, there's more pillagers.
It's just a lot of fun. Actually, I'm just gonna go and make a lot of torches. I need to give my eyes a rest, so I think I'm gonna hop off pretty soon. Whoa, I just made so many torches. Good. I do not regret.
I need a few. I don't know if you can spare any, but
Well, we're not exactly together, but yes, of
no,
course I would.
I'm here at the house. Like I'm just across
You
the
are?
bridge. Yeah, I made it.
Oh, shoot. Hi, honey, you're home. You see me?
Yeah,
You don't see me. Hey,
I do.
oh, wait a minute. How did you get this on them?
Oh,
That's
it's
not my
your-
horse.
Yeah, it's Rawson's.
Okay, I was like, that's Ross's horse. Hold on. Okay. Well, here, let me come back here so we can sleep, because I already know you're gonna want to.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Sleep.
Thanks.
And then I'm gonna work on my hill over there. Okay, real fast, before I get into my short little story of music. Here's the vision. You continue your treehouse, and we make a giant, tall, overlord spanning treehouse all the way across everywhere. And we connect it to the trees over there, and it's like visible. Like if you're on the other side of that bridge, like it's like this Swiss Family Robinson. And dude, like we don't even
Oh,
have to
you want it
occupy
to
all
keep
of it.
going.
Like it
You want
it
it
could
to
be
like be
so
huge.
cool. Yeah.
The
Wouldn't
only
that be
thing,
cool?
okay, here's my fear. The bigger it gets, the more like
Oh, you can
traumatizing
burn
it's.
it down.
Whoa,
Yeah.
horses are getting out. This is not good.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Hey, get back here.
I think I know how they're
I'm at the
getting out.
mercy of this horse. Horse, get back here. I don't have a saddle on this guy, so I'm at the mercy of where he goes. Get back
Alright,
here.
here, let me get him.
You
There
do
you
it.
go. Come here, dude.
How did they get out? Did an
Uh,
Enderman place a block?
that might be what it was, because I don't think
I'm willing
this
to bet that happened.
block existed.
Yeah. Huh. Crazy guys. Here, I'm writing this one up here.
I'll just do this one for good measure too.
Oh, I gotta go get my bricks out of the oven. Brick by brick.
Alright. Where's the other dude?
Behind this tree. Here.
Oh. There's more pillagers,
Get
by the
him.
way. We need to get.
No. Where? I didn't see any pillagers. Anyway.
There we go.
Okay, so maybe
they're
not the
down by the water.
treehouse. Oh, ugh.
Wait,
Hate
do
those
we
guys.
have all of our horses in here? I feel like we're missing some or something.
Well,
Wait,
we probably are. Who knows? They could have
we
wandered
have
off.
one white horse, one.
Poor guys.
No, I think we got everybody.
Okay, I honestly don't know. I haven't kept track of what we have because I haven't
Yeah.
even gotten any
Well,
of them hardly. I brought one horse back. That's all I have. And
yeah,
even he's
I do actually
out
think we
somewhere.
have everybody. I have like for now I
Okay.
have a black one with white socks. I have a spotted black one, a jet black one. Wait, we did have two black ones. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Like we had two jet black ones. Just complete black. Where did he go?
I don't know.
I'll go right around look. Oh wait. Maybe that's who Rawson's riding.
Hmm.
What do you look like? Oh no, he's brown. Okay, no. Huh.
I have bricks in one of the ovens.
Okay.
But,
I'm
yeah.
gonna ride around and see if I can find our other one. But anyway, no, we got. I think we have pretty much everybody. We just might have a guy missing. I'll just ride around and see if I can see him because I don't think that I don't know.
I really hate the sound of these chickens and their stupid little chicken feet. I hate it.
We can move them. We don't have to have them right there.
I think we need to confine them all to one block.
And see, I have the horse that's like, it's like a cloudy
Mhm.
horse, so it's not jet black.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I see you over there bounding on the hills.
you do? Yeah.
Yep. I think up here where my little crafting table is where I'm going to, is where I'm gonna build my house.
Yeah, dude, I think we're missing one maybe because I thought we had 2 jet black horses. One was
I want
slower
s-
and then one was faster.
I want Sky and Travis to get on
Yeah.
Minecraft. Have they been gaming at all? Well, I know Travis hasn't. Has Sky been gaming at all? He just
I don't know, but probably like not with us. Or maybe
Dang
he's
it.
doing other things.
How dare they?
Okay, anyway, was there something else you were talking about before?
I don't even know, dude. Brick by brick.
I need to go back down there and
I want to find a mangrove biome so I could get those trees going over here because I really like that.
yeah.
Thinking
Yeah, but oh, go ahead.
I want to build my house out of granite.
Oh, this is what I was going to tell you. I said the reason why I don't want to make a huge like connected treehouse is I don't think the bigger it gets, like the less I could bear it like something happening
Burning
to
down.
it,
Yeah.
burning down. So I was like, oh, it's too much pressure.
Yeah, I get that. I didn't really think about that. I totally get that. I have so much granite. I'm gonna build a castle. Call it the Granite Castle. It's ridiculous.
That's the wrong wood, but I don't really care because it's kind of invisible.
I'm gonna also not sleep through this night for a second because I want to light it up over here and I want to like see exactly where I want to put my lighting.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be selfish. But yeah.
So okay, what is some of your story?
Hey,
in
come up
regards
here.
to music. Oh, I got a bucket of
Come here.
axolotl, by the way. Oh, wait, are you talking
Oh,
to
good.
me?
I have one too. Yeah, come here.
Where?
If you want to.
Where's
See
here?
up here? Look towards the hills.
Oh, there you are.
See me? Hey. Yeah, come here. I want to see if this is a good spot to build my house. I think it is. And you might say something about the distance, but I have a plan for that. Don't worry.
What? Wait, so you wanna
Minecarts.
Oh.
Hey, what do you think about this?
Oh, is
like
your
it?
house up here?
Yeah, you like
Yeah,
it?
I mean, it's not too far away. No, I don't think it's too far away.
Yeah,
If
I
you
think
like
it's
this,
nice.
if you like this land right here, then yeah, take it.
yeah. I got the hills in the background. Yeah, I think I like it. Got those snowy capped mountains, the blue bonnets. Feel like I'm in Texas over there, and then got the ocean to the front. I think that's cool. I think I'm gonna build it. Look, I think I'm gonna continue out with this little mountain over here, and I'm gonna like continue the mountaintop to this basin because I want it to be a little bit that way, just a little bit.
What do you mean that way?
Like I want this flat top to continue in this direction just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And I want this over here. I don't want this basin here basically, and I want it to probably maybe continue to slope down into right here.
Do you want a
like this
basement of
area.
any kind? Because this can like be your basement, so you don't have to annoyingly.
Oh
fill
yeah,
it
no,
all
I'm not
in.
gonna fill. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna fill it all in. I'm just gonna, yeah, exactly. I think I am gonna use that as a basement.
I just
basement.
I would just
sorry.
double block it, like for your floor.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think we are
Um,
missing a horse. I'm not sure where that guy went. Because he was jet black, and Rawson has a brown horse. You have a different horse. I have a cloudy horse. We have
I have a
two-
brown, like kind of a speckled almost type brown horse.
Yeah.
And he's still over there in the pit.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know where he
brought
went
away for a second.
because we cuz yeah, I released one of the horses that was the the black one on that hill, and it has like the white socks. I don't want him. I just released him, but I'm
You
like,
don't want him?
oh, I see him. He's over here. How you doing, guy? But yeah, I don't really want him. He can just chill. But yeah, I'm like, where's the other black horse? I don't remember if I left him out somewhere. I don't think I did. Oops. Did I wonder if like Connor used him or something. And that's fine. If so. It's
I don't know. I gotta figure out how I want to do this actually. I think that I want to make a little horse barn here. I don't know. What do I want to do with this area? I've got to really think about this. What do I want to do with this? I think I need to shape it first to kind of get an idea. I want it to like be a garage, not like we have any automobiles, but yeah. I think I'm gonna get off in a few minutes, but we'll continue today. I want to spend some time with Ma.
Yeah. But oh yeah, you gotta share while we're still on this stream, like share some of like how you got into music and stuff.
Oh yeah, okay, great. I love sharing this because it's so much fun. I think I'm gonna level this basin out like here, like so. And I think that's gonna work better. Okay, so I thought so most all of the family, save maybe Tanya. I don't know if she plays an instrument or ever has. I don't remember. She definitely doesn't now. Like she hasn't done anything with it if she has done that.
She used to
I just
play
don't know. I'll have to
piano
ask her.
when she was
Yeah, I
like
kind of thought she had.
yeah, when she was
Yeah. I don't
like
know if she
a
remembers
early
how.
teenager or something. She played piano a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So anyway,
Her
but
and Jana
I
took
don't know if
piano
she's
lessons, I think, together for a
yeah,
short
I don't
time.
know if she's ever done anything with it or not. But like she definitely has done that. But everybody else in the family has definitely done a lot with music. Jana is like super classically trained, really good. Like could make a career out of it if she so chose. Like super good. And I wish she would. That's just a side note.
Oh,
But
do you want to sleep? Side note.
no, because I'm
Oh,
trying to
right.
light it up
Oh,
around
you're
here.
right. You're right. You're right.
But I will be back to sleep. I just want to stay up for a minute to kind of just light it up around here, because you never know what's gonna be lacking until
It's dark.
you do. Yeah. Anyway, so Jana is super good. John plays the violin and stand-up bass and a little bit of piano, I think. Anyway, super good. And they all of you guys used to play in nursing homes or just I don't know, you're like family Von Trapp. So I always thought that just kind of skipped me, because I always wanted to play music when I was younger, but I had this toxic mindset that stuff had to like naturally come to you, and that's not how life is. It's really not how life is. Like sometimes, occasionally it is, and I think we just had that a lot with like Joseph or other like children where stuff really did come naturally, and it was just kind of like, whoa, that's really cool, wow. And so watching that, you sometimes might get that idea. So anyway, but no, most of the time you just find something that you want to do, and then you just have to really work hard at it. It's not like it's meant to be or whatever. That's not how it works 90% of the time. You may not be meant to do something that you're doing, but guess what? Haha, you're gonna defy the odds and do it anyway. Huh, I'm gonna get this guy, sorry. So anyway, also I didn't, like, I still don't know really how I learned, but it's probably like a lot of people, not in a conventional way. So I didn't really know how to learn an instrument, and I didn't know how to be taught, which is a big thing too. It wasn't like I wasn't teachable. I just didn't know how to be taught. I don't know if that like makes sense.
Well, that makes sense.
But Julia's probably over. You're probably over there like, no, you're not really teachable. I'm like, well, all right.
You didn't have lessons.
You're all right.
Like the rest of us had like.
Oh
lessons.
yeah,
well,
not at all.
Not the rest of us, because Joseph never had any lessons. He took like small piano lessons from Jana, but like that was just like parents trying
Yeah.
to save like budget on kids'
Well,
piano
and I think
lessons.
that's great. I mean, if you have one kid learn something, like, yeah, they should, if they can, teach the others. Sure, why not?
Yeah,
But
I mean, there's like some drawbacks to that,
it
but
doesn't always work though.
yeah.
um, I think I wanted to go this way. I gotta count this real fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. 21 blocks is a good. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do 22 blocks. Advance. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Yeah.
What?
Sorry, I'm getting eaten alive. Okay, I'm gonna come sleep now.
All right, I'll
Come
go
sleep
sleep.
now.
I'm
Anyway,
super
plus I'm super artistic. Artistic. So,
artistic.
um
Yes.
artistic. And so I just kind of thought the music, Gene passed over me. And I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna be an artist, like a drawing artist and stuff. Anyway, well, lo and behold, which is still really young. I've always thought I'm a lot older and washed up than I am, but this is actually
Yeah, you've
really
actually
young.
had a problem with that before.
I know, because I'm like, oh, I'm so old. Oh, I guess I'm just not gonna play an instrument. And I'm like 9 years old. I guess I always expected myself to be some sort of prodigy at stuff. Anyway, which
That
maybe
is
you could
so
say that
funny.
about drawing.
That's like because that's
Yeah,
very you. You're just like if I'm
it's
not
so me,
automatically
dude.
good at it, I don't have a destiny.
I know, which is so dumb because I'm not very automatically good at a lot of things. So that's kind of a very toxic mindset to have.
Well, I mean, like nobody is though. Like nobody is.
Yeah, nobody is. Yeah, exactly. Um, and I've always been I think I've realized like, oh, I'm gonna be a jack of all trades in my life, which is something that you are, I think, in a lot of ways, and something you kind of knew you were going to be, but I had to realize that. Anyway, where was I at?
Oops.
Yeah, so lo and behold, I was like 13 years old, and I discovered through Anna Hamilton, and that was the best discovery ever because it was the first. I don't know, I latched onto it for so many different reasons. I absolutely love that play, memorized like all the words, loved it. I was just obsessed. Like that was my Hunger Games. That was my what would you like? That's my Twilight or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, but I just loved it. I was so obsessed. It was so clever and put together, and it was like if I ever made a piece of like art that was music, this would be it. This would be it. It was so up my alley, which is so weird. But I just loved it. I appreciated it so much. So that was the
Yeah.
only thing that I actually was inspired to play on the piano. I wanted to play those songs. I was like, man, I wish I could play the piano because I would love to play those songs and sing along with them. Well, lo and behold, I started learning those songs, and then I started learning, oh, Ed Sheeran's Perfect, the 3 or 4 chords that it takes to learn that song, was also another one too. So I was like, oh, I can do this. I can learn the 4 chords. I realized that a lot of music, like mainstream music, was just like 4 chords. Oh, that's so much easier. So I can actually learn songs to play along with and sing along with. So I started doing that. Didn't know any music theory. I would just look up the chord and memorize it, the visual of what it looked like for every song.
That's
Well,
tough.
you start doing that enough. Oh, it's very tough. So stupid. If I would have known.
No,
I
no,
I
it's
tell
just yes.
I'm gonna tell everyone it took me 10 years to learn what you could learn in 10 days had I just known. But anyway, I'm glad I learned like that because I just learned at my own pace, super relaxed. It took forever, but God was sanctifying the process so that it just I don't know, made sense later. Because if I think like now, I wasn't ready to play in front of people or play like whatever. I wasn't ready years ago, basically. All that to say, so it's just fine that it's all in God's timing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, um, for like almost 10 years. Oh, I see pillagers. They're right by me. Help!
Wait, where?
They're just watching me. He's always there. Ah,
Wait, where are they?
they're up on my hill. They're a
Oh,
little behind my hill.
shoot.
Anyway,
I'll be right there.
shoo, guys, shoo. Go away.
All right, let's go, horsey.
Chewie's like, get the cavalry, we're coming. Anyway. They're just staying there though. That's nice.
Do you have a fence
I
post
don't
up
feel
here?
like an attack today. No,
No,
not
okay.
yet. I'm very rudimentary. I don't even have a bed up here. I'm like really thugging it.
All right, I'm gonna go get these guys. Do you want to go with me? You don't have to.
No, I really don't. I would like to mind my business. Mind my own business.
Whoa!
Oh, Julia, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why?
Huh? Oh,
Why are you doing that?
Well, I have to get them.
With a sword? You're David and Goliathing this right now. Come on, Julia, let's go!
There's more every time.
Right away, right away! Right away!
Oh, right away! Whoa!
Right away!
Wait,
I
1
brought your steed!
1 second, Joy! 1 second. 1
I
second.
literally brought your horse.
I'm
and
coming.
you
I'm
were,
coming.
like,
I'm coming.
running
I
away.
didn't realize. I didn't
You're
realize.
so... Dude,
Thanks, dude.
that's hilarious.
All right, all right.
But if they shoot me, I'm gonna be so angry. Oh no! Don't look at me! No, no, no! Don't look at me! Ah! Julia! You brought them to me! Now they're chasing me and they run so fast.
All right. Hey,
I need a hole.
that drive-by was really good.
The drive-by was clean, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I need to heal up, and then I'm gonna.
died because
I need to go kill them.
more pancake for me.
All right. I'm going back in. All right, got one of them. Oh.
Oh no, no torches there.
All right. Oh, I got 3 of them. All right.
Dude, why are you starting this battle?
No, because they need to be taken care of.
You sound like Ralston.
Well,
They
they're
need to be
hanging
taken
around our
care of.
base. They're just gonna cause trouble.
It is true.
Wait, where's the other ones
I'm
go?
too cowardly to start that. Cause look, I know if I start the battle, they're gonna bring the hippo next time, and I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready
Oh
for
wait, no.
all-out-
We're not during a raid. That happens during a raid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna incite a raid.
No, I'm not. We don't even have a village.
Oh, dude! I totally forgot that server I used to do that. We were inside of a village. I totally forgot that.
Yeah.
Even though there was like no remnants of it left, hardly. We burnt everything to the
I
ground.
just want
It
to
was
find
so,
those
like,
guys.
they
I don't know.
recognize it. Yeah, where'd they go? Do you think they fell into the pit? Because they were around there. Go check over there. They might have fallen into the pit. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to block that up. That is gonna be stairs to the basement.
Maybe they just were too scared and they like ran away.
Oh yeah, you think.
Oh, maybe they fell in here.
I need to go cut some stone.
Whoa, this is
Um,
super dangerous.
What? What is?
There's
Is it a hole?
There's like a pit down here, and it's like, but it's a small hole.
Yeah, yeah. I think I know the one you're talking about. I always see it and I'm like, wow, that's so dangerous. And then I don't do anything about it. There is one covered up by my house though, so just beware, because I left one block unput in there, basically. So.
Yeah, I don't know where these guys went. They got scared. I ran them off.
Yeah, that's right.
You better run.
What did Myra say when she was super little? She was like, "You better run."
Wait, she said that?
You could put. Yeah, she said it just like that, and she was quoting it from some sort of movie. But she said, "You better run," and I'm like, man, if they put you in a horror film, it'd be perfect. Right. I think I'm gonna get off pretty soon. I know I keep saying that, but one of these days it's gonna be true.
Where's that coming from?
think I'm gonna already put this bed up there and start sleeping up there.
Your little house that you started right there can be like the lake house.
Oh yeah. Wait, which one? The dock?
Yeah, the dock
Oh,
house.
oh, oh, you mean like my little house? Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be perfect. Yeah, for that. And it's our guest house, so like when Andy and Mal come, like they can have, I can put 2 beds in there. They can have little beds and stuff like that. A little respawn point. Keep some food in there, some pickaxes, you know. Guest house.
I really hope Mallory can get on to see her sign, and I hope she likes it.
Dude, when, yeah, hey, let's see, have you like asked her about that?
Well,
Wait. Dude,
what?
that's never happened before. If
What?
you jump on your bed, you bounce.
Yes, that's
Dude,
happened since a
no,
long time ago. Yes, it
no.
has. Yes,
No.
it has.
There's
It
no way.
has.
No.
You didn't know about that? Oh my
No,
goodness.
no. That's not a thing.
Yeah, that is a thing. It's been like that ever since
That's
the
so
beginning
cool,
of
though.
vanilla Minecraft.
No, impossible.
Well, ever since we've been playing Minecraft, just put it that way.
Possible.
Look, see? Like you go.
No, it
Doing.
can't be.
Doing.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Let me look at you when
No,
you do
if
it.
it's
Let me
been
see
that
what it
way.
looks like.
Wait, I gotta, wait, watch. Oh, it doesn't do that.
It doesn't do it that much.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sleep so
Anyway.
you can sleep up there.
Sure.
Unless you don't want to
I'm
sleep.
just.
Oh, wait,
Well, I was
before we
kind of
sleep.
also gonna light it up. So, wow, I can't
Oh, you
talk.
can keep lighting it up. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
need to
just
see
a little
how
bit.
Mallory's sign looks. Okay, that
Oh
looks
yeah,
pretty good.
you do need to do
I think
that.
I need to add some more light over there.
No, you guys just stay over there. Don't come over here. Don't come a knocking. I don't want to hear it.
Let me see.
Bad guys.
Alright, keep it night for just a little longer, because I'm gonna look
Oh, don't
and
worry.
see.
I'm gonna keep lighting up around our base too, like our, horse pasture and everything.
Yeah.
I don't want no creepers spawning around here. Y'all just pack up and go home. Take your drama with you.
Alright, hopefully that
Oh
looks
no,
better.
I have torches. Okay, there we go.
Anyway, did you trail off from your thing, or did you like finish your story?
Well, anyway, oh yeah, let me just fast forward. Okay, so like 10 years later, I'm just been plinking on the piano for a long time, and then I was always kind of my dream to do what the rest of my siblings did. But like I said, like I didn't join the band because I didn't know a instrument, and so the band ran its course and then disbanded, and then everybody was playing at Southside. And I was still just plinking along, but didn't really know anything. And like I said, just time wasn't right. I wasn't mature enough, or just whatever it was. And but anyway, fast forward, I've gotten in the last like maybe 2 to 3 years. Yeah, about like 3 years. I've gotten a lot better, and like stuff started to click. It took long enough, but stuff started to click and make sense. Enough to the point where Julia started hearing my playing, and was like, wow, you're not playing sad, depressing, slow music. I can't believe it. And and she's like, you know what? You're actually like doing pretty good. You're getting to the point where you're understanding some basic like music theory about how stuff works. And like you could do what keys players at Southside do. And I was like, no. No. And she's like, yeah, no, for real. Like seriously. So I started kind of observing more. Not that I didn't, but the only reference I have was James, and he's super good. He got super good. He wasn't always, but I saw the end result when he was at Southside at the height of his career there, and he was just like, dude, he was so good. That's a lot to look up to. And so I was just like, no, I'm not even close to James. And she's like, you really don't have to do all that. So like I said, I like started honing on a lot of the keys players there. Started kind of realizing, oh, this is really what they're doing. They're not, because see, the thing is when you grow up playing by yourself at a piano, like that's it. This is something that Zoe and I talked about the other week, and like that's it. It's just you. And I think Nathan has the same thing because they were classically trained. And I wasn't classically trained, but I have only just been me playing for years and years. You're not playing with a band or anything. So when you're the only one playing in the room, you want to be very extra and make it sound really good. You are the band. And so yeah, like I thought it had to sound like super detailed, super minute, super like just, extra. I really don't. And so the more I started observing what keys players actually do there, I was like, oh, I can do this. And anyway, so I worked at Buc-ee's, worked a ridiculous amount of time, like just every single day, and I would travel with them, and I was just doing a lot of other stuff. And so not bad stuff that absolutely needed to be done in my life, but it was just I did not have time to dedicate to playing at Southside and doing that. I felt a lot of times like I was on the outside looking in at that little just like that, what is it, like area of life, and I was like, oh, I really want to get involved, get included, but I was like, I can't do it right now or whatever. Well, fast forward to this year.
Excuses. No, I'm
So
joking.
no, I mean it's true, and inadvertently it
No,
is
I'm
true, but
joking, no.
even if it's valid, it's still like, yeah, a lot of excuses as to why I couldn't. Um, but anyway, so I was like, man, and I started just really thinking. This is about like 2 years ago. I started really like thinking in that like this is what I want to do. It's not the time yet, but this is something that I would like to do. I desire to do. Started praying about it. Well, actually, it's been years before that, but 2 years ago I started to lock in about like, Lord, I really want to do that, and this seems really far off, and it was still years away. But I was like, this is something I would like to work towards someday, and I may not get to, but this is just a desire, and I'm just gonna lay it out there. And then I was like I have to say I was pretty darn patient about it. In fact, Julia will tell you, like, too patient. I wasn't even gonna ask Caleb or anything, and then she just had to like, goad me into it a little bit. But that's, I was still waiting my turn to talk, Julia, just so you know. Just so you know.
Oh, I
But
know. You're just waiting
yeah,
too
I'm
long.
not
The
gonna,
moment was
yeah.
almost over, and I'd be
That's
like,
too
why didn't
oh,
you
I
talk
know.
to him?
I don't know. Anyway, so all that to say, yeah, it was yeah, years later when I was like, all right, Dad had passed on. I had quit Buc-ee's. I'm basically doing nothing. That's not at all how it is, but basically compared to what I was doing day to day. So I'm like, hey, I'm like, God, thank you. Let me tell you, the amount of prayers answered this year, and I hate that Dad's not around to see it, but I mean, sometimes it's just how life goes. It's like you get taken out of the way, and then life just switches for a lot of people, and that's just how it is. But anyway, he would be way happier to know that since his passing, like, life has changed so much for my life personally, and because that's what he was praying for. He would tell me, this is in the months leading up to actually his untimely death. That was like totally timely, but anyway, just kind of like slightly unexpected surprise. He'd be like, I'm praying for you. He knew I was about to quit
Aw.
Buc-ee's anyway. He's like, I'm praying, and God's got something, right? And Dad, Dad, Joya, he was not like some sort of like prosperity, like a change is coming. Like, he was not that kind of person. Dad was like very kind of old school, very practical. He wasn't looking for a miracle around every corner type thing. So he
No,
was
yeah.
not one to just sort of like, your time now, like, he was not like that. Anyway, but he's like, Joy, it will happen. Like, a change is coming, and I think it'll come sooner than you think. And I was like, I know, Dad, I know. That's why I'm asking for preparation now. And let me tell you, he really did. God did prepare me, because man, this year's been super crazy, and a lot of things were in store. But anyway, all that to say, I was like, man, I'm at the point where I actually have time to pursue things like certain aspects of ministry and stuff that I've wanted to pursue. So it had been way too long in coming, but I finally asked to get involved with and play at Southside. I have this tough thing, like before, just not, you don't know something until you do it, and so like not feeling like I deserve that, because I was like, man, and I don't, and that's the beautiful thing, you don't. But like feeling like, oh, I shouldn't even try, I shouldn't even ask. Like, it's amazing the stunts like that Satan will pull in your mind, or just like that your lack of confidence will pull in your mind. I'm not trying to find a devil around every corner. Either way, whoever it's left up to, whoever responsibility it is, for that feeling, uh, of inadequacy, it's kind of amazing how that works, because like it's really unbased. Like, you can have this like, why me? Well, why not me? And so anyway,
Absolutely.
God can use
Absolutely.
anyone. So yeah, I haven't grown up playing in the high school. Like, I haven't risen through all the levels that a lot of people have around there. But guess what? A lot of people haven't done that around there too.
Yeah.
And so like there's, yeah, just it's an opportunity for growth, because then you're like, well, what can I do? I can be humble, I can be thankful and grateful for this experience, and I can do it to the best of the ability that God gives me, because I certainly never would have expected that my life would be able to turn in this direction. But guess what? He knew the desire of my heart, and he enabled it, and it has, and I'm so excited. And it all started last night. I was gonna say it all led up to last night, but really it just started. It all started last night, and I was so thankful that my hands worked. It was all the Lord. I asked him during the set because I started to stumble on I think it was like thank you Jesus or gratitude, and I was like nope, no. I was like, Lord, just clear my mind. Um,
Make
and
my
yeah,
hands
he did.
steady.
He did.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I was praying that because let me tell you, I was so excited. I thought I'd be nervous. I really wasn't. I was so excited, but sometimes in that excitement, as we were talking about, I've said this to several people, but I have to say it on the stream for memories. Like, I'll not feel nervous or I'll just feel excited and like I'm like no we're good, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden just my hands won't work out of nowhere. That's anybody, like it's nerves and you don't realize it, you don't feel the nerves but your hands translate the nerves.
Right.
So I
Right.
hate that. Feels like your body betrays you. And that I didn't want that to happen because I was like so excited. I didn't want my hands to ruin it. I was like so excited. And guess what? They didn't anyway, so it was awesome. And Julia surprised me. Oh, Julia, you didn't even talk about that on the stream for the
Oh
stream's
yeah.
sake.
Yeah, because
Dude.
you wanted me to tell you about the backstory and stuff.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so well, you tell it. I don't know if I should tell it. You should
Oh.
just tell like how I
Yeah,
surprised
okay.
you.
Shoot. So I was going to Southside, or like Julia asked, this was like 3 days ago, I think, or something, you know, something pretty recent. She's like, hey, Julia and I always have this running joke, and I think it's honestly it's funnier because Dad passed and he's not like here anymore. Because we would joke like this when he was alive, but I think it's kind of more ironic and funnier now that there's not a dad in the picture. So, and hey, this is just we're allowed to joke. It's our father who passed away. We're allowed to joke like this, okay? I like our dark humor. It's not really dark, but I don't know, irreverent, maybe, I don't know. I think Dad would laugh. He had a dark sense of humor sometimes too, which was very unexpected, but we'll get into that later. No, but Julia and I have this like running joke of like, with this, Julia has been so excited, like, so excited. It takes me back to the days when I was like a toddler and she was like just way too excited about me, and it was like, you know, the kind of the smothering excitement, but I love it because like we're adults, so obviously
and we're
like,
just excited. We're just genuinely excited to
so
see
warm
each other
inside.
like succeed and like be happy and
Yes,
stuff.
because I get so excited for you and like just when I see baby and everything. Oh, I think I am you to baby, and I think she's going to resent it for a while, but then she'll love it. I'll make sure she loves it. I smother her a little bit. I just love her. Anyway, we love baby. But yeah, so Julia's been like, we make this joke of like, you know, she's been so excited. So, you know, going to Southside for this first time and playing, she's like, you know, oh, I'm gonna tag along, and then we make the joke of like, oh, you know,
Oh, like the typical dad jokes, you know, like
yeah, I'm like trying to explain this, and I'm doing a terrible job.
well,
But
no,
it's
I
like,
think
you
it's
don't,
like
you don't mind if your old dad tags along, do you? And
I
like,
don't know if
it's
anybody
just
knows
so
who
funny.
Trey Kennedy is, but look him up. I think it originated from him. He would have this
Yeah.
like dad. He would
Dang, I
like
forgot about him.
talk about like dad jokes and like he would
Dad
have
behavior.
this like dad behavior, and he'd be like just goofy. He'd be like, you don't mind if your old dad, you know,
like tags along with your friends
along.
or whatever.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
He's like, hey,
You're like,
son,
Dad,
you want to go outside and
crit my
toss the
son.
ball, just like old times, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, Julia exhibits this behavior whether she means to or not. No, I'm just kidding. No. So you're like, hey, can I let me tag along with you for the rehearsal. So you know, for getting there for CR, and it's so funny. It all comes full circle too, which is why I thought you like wanted to go, is because I used to tag along. This is how I've known about / gotten involved with Southside for so many years.
Even if I wasn't playing, I was still like, I would want to go to rehearsal with you if I could, you know.
And that's why I didn't catch it. Yeah, because I knew you would have done that anyway. And so like backstory is like, I used to accompany Julia. I used to be her wingman all the time. Like we would do everything together, and I used to accompany her to like you know, so many CRs, so many Sunday mornings. And you get there, and also when DFH too, like when they were assigned to watch me with mom and dad had to do something, and there was like rehearsal night, I would sit, guys. This is like I had to become a musician at this point because the amount of rehearsals I have sat through is ridiculous, and I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed it. But like I have sat through since being a kid like so many rehearsals. So it kind of makes you sick if you're not really a musician, like, because you're just like, man, I should get involved. But anyway, so all that to say, so I've accompanied Julia for so much of this stuff. It was so funny to have like what I thought was a role rehearsal, like, oh, she's coming and like she's gonna be like my wingman for the rehearsal, and she's gonna sit out there and watch me, and like, oh, it just made me so excited. Well,
It was like a
unbeknownst to
and the
me,
humor was like the proud dad, like the proud
yeah, sitting out
dad
there and like, yeah,
kind of
looking down,
humor.
yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
really wanted her to wear the tube socks over her jeans, but she wouldn't. So whatever, all is forgiven
Over
under
the
under the
jeans.
blood. That's fine.
No.
You wouldn't wear the dad socks. Maybe like little sandal action, something. But no, I can't have my way ever. Anyway, unbeknownst to me, Julia had contacted, her homies, right? Like Caleb and Zoe and everything. And I
Yeah,
don't know who exactly.
I
You should probably tell that part.
yeah, no, I just texted like Nathan and Zoe, it was like I
Mhm.
was like, hey, Joy's
Do me a
playing.
solid.
Yeah, I was like, Joy's playing on the 3rd, of course, and so like I don't know who's scheduling CR at this point because I've not been actually playing CR for a while. I play Sunday mornings, and that's a bit
Yeah,
different.
right.
And so I was like, who's scheduling that? Because like, could you guys put me on? Because I want to play with Joy her first time. And I said, but I don't want her to know, like, if that's possible. I want,
So
yeah.
this little animal, Julia, she surprised me like so good. She got me so good. So we were on the same schedule, and on Planning Center, I hadn't checked the like team. I hadn't checked who all was playing. I knew it was me, and I knew Zoe was gonna be there, and I think I knew that Ethan was gonna be there, but I didn't know. I didn't check it since like
Well,
weeks
you're
before.
new to
I
the
didn't
app.
have any need
That
to.
should be said. Is like you're new to
Oh,
the
that
app
too.
and you
Oh,
didn't check the
super new.
teams really and didn't think about it. So
Yeah, I didn't
yeah.
think about it. I just checked originally, and I was like, I knew who was MDing. I did, which was Clay, and I think his name is Clay. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool,
don't-
awesome. And
I
then
don't
like I
think
just
no,
let it
he
sit.
was playing bass, but just so you know, I don't think he was
He
ever
wasn't MDing.
MD. Yeah,
Maybe
because
it was always Ethan. I don't know.
Yeah, it was always Ethan because
Okay.
I think that Clay is actually new. At least somebody told me he was new because I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
okay.
met him. And bass players hardly meet, because if you're
Yeah,
playing
that's
bass,
true.
then another bass player is usually not there. Anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't think he was ever MDing. I think that
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think he was just playing bass for that night. So.
Okay. Well,
two,
anyway, so
Zoe
I
said
looked
he
at the
was like
team.
he was new, so she was like, "It will give him an extra week to practice." So I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, good.
So
Okay,
yeah.
so he's newer than I thought. Never mind. Anyway, all that to say, I checked the team like when I first like had the invitation, but then I totally didn't after that. Didn't have a need to.
Yeah.
And so we get there, and then Julia. Oh, you also had a cover too, because you said Caleb wanted to use your gear to record a sample on some
Yeah,
song
the
he
Sunday
was working
before
on.
that Thursday of CR, I was
Yes.
playing with Caleb at one of the campuses at the Kathleen campus, and he was like, "Hey, do you mind if I borrow? I have a Noble preamp,
Very
and
nice.
yeah, and he was like, "Hey, do you mind if?" And it sounds really nice. And he was like, "Hey, do you mind if I borrow that sometime? I here in the future here." He's like, "Cause it has some." Like, I want to use it for a sample on this, da, 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 da. And I was like, oh, sure. I didn't have any objection. And then I was like, oh, this will be perfect because I can use this as a cover so Joy won't know.
Sneaky.
And then I don't have to, I didn't want to lie to you, like.
Of course not. No.
And so I was
then
like,
Zoe
how can I do this
kept the secret too.
Yeah, I was like, how do I do
She
this
did a great
without
job.
lying?
You lied to me inadvertently.
But
I'm just kidding.
It was super fun surprising you because I was like really hoping you
was.
wouldn't check your team.
So this is how I found out, and I didn't. And I was this is how I found out. As we rode there early, and she's with me, and like she is obviously with me backstage, and she's got her gear and everything and her water bottle, and we go on stage, and she's like, oh yeah, we're cracking jokes that she always has to set up her gear and I don't because they're already a Nord there. And so I was like, shoot, I think I chose the right instrument to play. No, but anyway, and then like she sets her giant, and look guys, this thing is so imposing. Like if you set it down somewhere, like it's
my water bottle. I thought you were still talking about Zoe.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh no, your water bottle. You set down this giant water bottle right where you usually play on stage, and like you're not playing on stage. Why are you doing that? I told her, I was like, dude,
You don't go here.
you don't go. I said, you don't go here. What are you doing? And she's like, well, actually. I was
No,
like, no,
I
actually,
just
we
I
would
just
not.
kind of laughed at you and I looked
You know,
sideways. I was like, I do go here, and you were
you
like,
do go, and I
and
was
then
like,
you
well,
didn't
yeah,
still
I
get.
know you go here, but like not today. You don't go here. Dude, it took me forever.
And then I just was
like,
laughing.
no,
I
actually,
didn't do anything.
I
I
think
just
we've
laughed.
got some dude tonight, and I opened the app and I saw Julia Smith, and I was like, wait a minute.
You like, I've been played.
Wait a minute, I've been had. And I was like, wait a minute. So I was so excited. That's how I found out that
I
she was
love
playing.
surprising you like that because you were genuinely
It was
surprised
so funny.
and so. But dude, I was like, you didn't think
I
that you could
loved
like
it.
play your first CR without me. I was gonna
I don't know what
try
I was
my
thinking.
best to be there.
Yeah, what was I thinking? What a noob. Thinking I could just play a CR without my head.
Oh,
Um.
yeah.
Anyway, so I love that. That was
Yeah,
so much.
that was super. I don't think I've
That was the
ever
highlight.
surprised you exactly like that before.
Heck no, that was the best kind of surprise because I don't like surprises. I think a lot of people can relate. I don't like surprises.
Yeah, most
I
people
just
don't like, unwarranted
I don't like it
surprises.
when people are in a coup and you're not in the coup, and then they get to pull fast one over on you, and I feel like I can't trust you. Exactly. I know it's a Dwight. I said to Ross, I was like, I know this sounds like Dwight Schrute, but I mean, it's genuine. I don't like that. Anyway, so
No, that makes sense. That's fair.
yeah, but that was an awesome surprise.
Yeah, the only drawback
great.
I was like, okay, the only like excuse me, apprehensiveness I had towards that was like, I didn't want to make you nervous, like you're like, oh, this is a
Dude,
change
how
of
could
plans. Well, I just didn't want you to be like, oh, this is a change of plans,
course.
and now all of a sudden it makes me,
Yeah,
nervous.
uneasy, and how considerate. But no, I was like, and this is what I said to Julia in the car on the way back. I was like, look, it wasn't a big deal if you didn't. Like, it just wasn't. I was like, it's not like we're not gonna get to play together all the time anyway. So I'm just like, it's not a big deal if you didn't. But it was such a big deal that you did. I was like, it meant so much. I was so glad because I was a little bit like, oh,
sad that we weren't gonna get to play together.
Yeah, I was like, I'm finally playing here, and I'm like, oh, I'm a little sad that I'm not gonna get to share my first time, but it's okay. We'll share other times. Ha 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 ha. So that was awesome. Love that.
Yeah,
Love
that was one of my favorite things, and yeah, I'm super glad we got to do that together. And yeah, I realized too, like I think it was that same day when I was like preparing and stuff. I was like, Ross, I'm so excited to go play with George. She doesn't even know. I think the surprise is still safe. And
It was for sure.
and I was like, but I realized I was like, I've played with like all of any of my siblings who've played at Southside. I've gotten to play with each one of them. Whoever has played there. Obviously, Jan and John haven't, and Tanya, but everybody else, I've gotten to play with them on their first times of playing, of playing at that spot. And it's a real special place. Southside is to me, it's just really special. And
It is to me too. Even though I haven't like played there as a musician before now, like I said, like I've been there with you since the beginning for most of the times, not every single time, but most of the times, like, and I've been there so many times. And when you're not involved, like, but you're still involved because I'm not just one of the audience. I'd go down in the green room and spend more time in the green room than actually not, and sometimes more than the musicians on that set that night because I wasn't playing anything.
yeah,
And like you just get to know people, even though they didn't know me very well, because I'm pretty like shy, well have been, and just not involved. It's like they don't know me very well, but I know them a lot better, and so it just kind of felt like home for a long time to me, like Southside has.
oh yeah, for sure.
It's definitely been a place I felt a lot more included than a lot of places.
Oh,
Like even
yeah.
my own church, like even the Grove, I feel more attached to Southside in a lot of ways than the Grove. And it's nothing
that's interesting.
nothing against them. It's not it's just me. Like I don't it's so cool. Yeah, I feel even more like the family there. And I think it's because Southside was there before I even started really attending and getting involved with the Grove. And so I think that it's just a game of like who's been there the longest type thing, and Southside's been in my life little bit longer than the Grove.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it holds that kind of connectivity. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, I mean, it's a short one, but I can make it out, like stretch it out long, but it's a
Well,
short
yeah,
story, but
it's just
true
cool how
story.
yeah, it's just cool how, just to see how God has worked in each of our lives. And you were even telling me
Yeah.
about like how when you were preparing for the set and stuff, how like the just some of the songs like really came alive to you
Oh,
in a different
dude.
way, and it was just really neat.
I don't want to spend too much time telling this story, but I can if you want, like,
Oh,
because that
I'm not getting off quite yet. So,
was so impactful.
yeah.
Okay, I'm like, well, if you insist. You're like, I didn't. Um,
I'm
dude,
not.
so I'm not. I need to go cut some more granite. I'm just realizing.
I
I love doing that, starting a sentence and then like people think you're gonna go into the story, and then I'm just like, I need to go do such and such, and it's like, oh, yeah, hold on, I'm coming back.
I think this
I'm building
takes
this
okay.
base super fast, and I'm kind of trying to see how fast I could build a cool house. I'm not trying to spend forever on this right now, and I actually like it because it's I know what I want to do,
Oh, do
and
you
so
want to
it doesn't
sleep real
have to be
quick?
perfect. Yeah, I'll sleep. I'm coming back. I'll sleep by you. Although I do want to light this up while I'm down here though.
I think I should keep the ore in a
Yeah, buddy.
separate place. Yeah, I'll keep it in a separate place.
I'm gonna make a lot of fencing because I really like the look of fencing
Oh
around
yeah.
my house. And I think it's gonna be dark fencing. I'm gonna make it of, I wanna find one of those dark oak biomes. Those used to be so popular years ago, and now I can barely find them. Anyway,
I think I actually will do it like that.
to keep this sleep.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Night.
alrighty. Night. Um,
Yeah, I'm really excited that we got on and just like I know it's kind of been in broken up chunks,
oh yeah.
but I'm really glad that we were, talking about our experiences and stuff with music and like being kind of intentional. I know it's like I said broken up, but yeah, it's super good to talk about that stuff and
Oh
share
yeah.
our story and stuff because it's really it can be impactful and just like for memories. Not that anybody's gonna see this, I don't even know, but
No, for us.
just for
It's
us,
for
yeah,
us.
it's
If
impactful to
anyone
tell
wants to,
our
oh, sorry.
story. Yeah, it's
It
impactful to
is.
tell our story and to like learn how to tell it like well, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And
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 so,
just to talk to each other, because Julie and I would be doing this on the phone anyway.
yeah,
And if
yeah.
anyone wants to watch it and they get inspired by it, even better.
Who
Like
knows?
that's
Like,
that's
what if
what I
our
think.
grandchildren find these things? I'm just
The
saying.
internet
Like,
won't be around when our grandchildren are here.
people keep saying that. What do you think on that?
Dude, I have no idea. I really don't know. I don't know. Because I don't know what's next, and I don't know why not. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I like there's a weird hypothesis in my mind that I just don't think that it's gonna be, I don't think this stuff is gonna be around. But I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
I mean,
No
hey,
idea.
we could all be
I
gone
don't know
by
how
that
that
point.
works.
We never.
Honestly, that's kind of how I'm thinking. I don't know, but anyway. No, oh, going back to the songs. So, this is some backstory, which doesn't have to be included in my keys playing career story, but I'm just gonna dive into this
It's like
point because we have time.
like a
This is
yeah,
a
like a
segue.
separate like offshoot of what
Yeah,
your
exactly.
experience is.
Separate offshoot. It's just kind of like a perk about it, to add more detail, I guess.
Mhm.
So I was telling Julie about this like days ago. I was really um how can I start this off basically? Okay.
Yeah, well, give us a time and place kind of thing. So where were you at?
Yeah, time and
Like,
place.
yeah.
Okay, so 6 months ago.
Okay.
Well, now it's gonna be more like 7 because we're in July. 7, 8. Um, but yeah, backstory. So I used to work at Buc-ee's, and it is a great opportunity, but like any work environment, especially in food service, which is where I was at, like anything, like it's gonna get depressing. Like or it's just it's gonna wear you down eventually, depending on what you do. If you're a regular worker, like it may or may not, whatever. If you're in management though, it can be a little sucky. Um, and I was in low level management, but The funnest part though, this is great, and I would tell everybody to do this, is being a training, like a store opener and a trainer for the store. Like that is, first of all, that's where the money is, the experience, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And
you get to travel around and stuff.
yeah, like you get treated better, you know. I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, you know, you get treated better, you get to you put up in hotels. It's everything you think it is. So anyway, I used to do that for them, and I opened several stores. And I was just going like I was going ham on it. Like as long as I was gonna be there at this company, I was gonna just milk it out for the best of it. So, you know, and I'm single and, you know, young and everything, so there's no reason wwhy I can't go for months at a time, which is what you have to do for these stores. You're gone. You're gone for months and months. If you do multiple a year. So 2022 is when I started, and then when I was a year into that, which was 2023, I had just bought my house, and I really wanted. Was about to start the studio project on it, so I wanted a lot of extra capital. So I wanted to make sure that I was going on those training trips. Plus, I
Yeah.
like a challenge, so any environment that I'm in, I just, you know, want to rise to the top and make the most of it. So anyway, so yeah, I was gone a lot in 2023 between Auburn, Alabama, and then Tennessee, and then Missouri. And also, side note,
What was
I
like the
haven't.
dates of like the
Well, oh,
time that you were doing, like, so not just like, oh, 6 months ago, what was the actual like date, just to kind of keep people on track?
date?
Yeah, like, yeah, what kind of
Okay,
what
yeah. So
times?
I was leading up to. So Missouri was the first time I spent holidays. That was from that was a basically a Christmas store opening. So that was Missouri was in the end of 2023, and I left in the first and a half week of November, and I came back on January 2nd, and that was 2023 going into 2024. Well, guess what? Lo and behold, I stay almost a year from then, you know, to the end of 2024 at my store, which I was very upset about. Joy can tell you, but anyway, that's a whole other story. And then this is 6 to 7 months ago. I'm about to head out for Texas. So I finally get to go to another store opening, and I'm thinking could possibly be my last one because I'm really at the point where I'm trying to quit Buc-ee's. So this is about 7 to 8 months ago. This is like in October
And
slash November
how
of
long
2024.
how long were you there, like at that point?
Oh, and at Buc-ee's, almost 3 years. So actually not very long at all. I mean, compared to like people that spend like 8, 10 years there or whatever, not very long.
But it definitely
But
felt like, I'm sure people can identify with, like, it feels long, like it feels long.
oh, it does for sure. Well, and the other thing too is like, if you have a set, when I went into it, I was like, I think I'll work here a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have kind of like a set time frame, but then you start working into overtime, like you start working into oblivion, and you're sort of like, you don't have quite a finish point, and then finances and goals, you're looking at stuff and you're like, ah, frick. You know, like it was like a year
The
in, and
ropes
this is
just kind
after
of start
Auburn.
like try like the
The
ropes start
lines
to,
blind,
well, no,
the
I'm saying,
lines blur.
yeah, the ropes start to unwind. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, so I was like, Julia knows, I was kind of at a quitting point after my first store opening, Auburn. I came back, and by the way, every time you come back to your store, it's always like a hot mess. At
It's
least it is
awful,
with Winter
yeah.
Robins. It's terrible. So you go from this wonderful, like, you know, she was a fairy type experience, and then you come back and it's just like
Everybody's
there's like people on
screaming.
fire. It's horrible, and then so it's like really depressing to come back to, and it just seems like it gets worse.
And it's a hard store to be at anyway. Not to distract from what you're trying to say, but
No,
like,
it is.
just for the
I've
record,
had a
like,
lot of people say that.
yeah,
Like,
they
history
built it with
say that.
the thing in mind. Sorry, these blocks are being so loud. I'm harvesting wheat, and
Oh,
so
I can't hear him. I
No,
can't hear
no,
him.
but
But it's
on the
probably hard to hear your
podcast-
own thoughts.
I know that on like the podcast we're trying to do, like people will be like, "Oh my god,"
like,
tone
oh
this
my
down.
god. You're like,
Anyway, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I have to do the sound.
But anyway, yeah,
Anyway.
they built the store in Warner Robins. It's like, Buc-ee's. They built it like not anticipating how well it would do, so they built
Oh,
it
dude.
small, and
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we
anyway,
should
go
have
ahead.
been the first giant store, because I did help open a lot of giant stores, like really big, like 74 case, and ours was like a 62 or something, which is a big difference. Anyway, Y'all, like the amount of times that we have surpassed fire code in there is ridiculous, but I'm not gonna get into
And
that.
there's not enough staff. There's not enough adequate space.
Oh
like it's just all
no!
it's just all
It's
wrong. Anyway, so that's
crazy.
kind of the nightmare
So,
you're walking back into. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna okay, so in the whole store wide, this is back when they had 40 stores. Now they have like closer to 50, I think. And but 40 stores, and all of I'm talking Texas stores, Florida stores. Warner Robins was at the top. Every single, I think it was 3 days that PMix would come out, which was like the store record, chart, the sales and everything, and we were at the top every single time. Like, and only during Bike Week in Daytona would Daytona outdo us. So rip TT events. But anyway, yeah, so always at the top, freaking Warner Robins. It was so tough. We just chewed people and spit them out. Anyway, all that to say, so that's a lot of backstory. I can tell you hours. We need to have a Buc-ee's podcast about my career at Buc-ee's. As short as it was, but really long. Anyway, we need to definitely have that because I can tell you everything you don't want to know. Without getting myself sued. So all that to say, this is the end of 2024. October, just turned 21. Blah 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 blah. I had a lot of hard nights. In fact, my birthday week, I had a really tough disagreement with one of the employees, and it just really put a dampener on the whole week and stressed me out. But anyway, all that to say, I'm about to leave for Texas. I'm like, thank God, I want to get out of here. And I'm doing night shifts, and you're working a lot of hours every single day, and they do not work you 7 days a week. They work you 10 days. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm serious. You do like 8, 10. So you're just run through the mill there. It's crazy. Anyway, I would still recommend it though if you're trying to make money. But so I'm about to leave for Texas. Julia invites me. I have been working like a dog that whole year, 2024, and it really sucked for many different reasons. And she invited me to, and she's like, hey, I'm gonna play for a women's conference. That's kind of like an extracurricular that doesn't happen all the time. It's not just like a CR or Sunday. It's a little bit more special.
Oh yeah,
not special, but just like it's just different.
November 8th of 2024.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so it wasn't in October. It was November. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're good.
And yeah, so she invites me with that. She's like, hey, come see me play. And at this point, I was very happy because on third shift I was actually able to attend church services, which is something I couldn't do in management for the rotating shifts a lot for a long time. But once I got on third shift, this was May of 2024, I was able to, like, on a Sunday morning, I'd get off at like 8 or something, maybe 9 at the latest, but usually like 7 or 8, and I would beat feed it to church, or beat feed at home and then to church. And so, like, I could actually do that before I went to sleep, and that was nice. But anyway, the whole thing it did kind of suck though. You're not meant to live on those shifts. Anyway,
they're not
so she's like,
built
hey,
for people to thrive.
oh, dude, they're built to kill your soul. It's fine though. That's why I just eat it up. I hate that he struggles, but I love to hear Travis's Walmart stories because I'm like, dude, that is the most relatable junk ever. I don't care who you are. Like, it's like, we know. If you've done battle, you know. Anyway, so, anyway.
Here,
yeah,
sleep.
so women's conference, and oh, gotta go. I'm coming. Women's conference, I see Julia, and remember, I think of Southside as family, but in this particular season of life, which I knew would not last forever, but nevertheless, it's still just kind of discomforting and sad to be in. Very just kind of discouraging. You don't know where the end's at. You're very, 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 very tired. You feel like you're just kind of at the end of your rope. And anyway, I wanted to so much, like, serve the Lord. And of course, okay, here's the thing. You can serve the Lord, and I know this, and I knew it then, in like any instance in life. Like, Paul and Silas were in prison, and they still sang praises. They baptized the jailer and his whole household after they believed on the Lord. So they shared the gospel with him and everybody that they were with. So look, like, your circumstance does not matter. And that was the tough thing about, last year too, because it's like, my circumstance doesn't matter. I still know what I need to do. But I really had this urge and calling to get involved in church and serve, and I was getting better with keys, and I was just like, man, I really want to do this. And I was like, Lord, I know, like, you will bring it someday. I'm just like, I really hope it's not 5 years from now. Okay, sorry, pillagers are getting me.
Oh,
So I'm
coming to the rescue.
away.
Hey,
Yeah,
small commercial break.
Come over here. Yeah, so a small commercial break. Have you or a loved one ever suffered at the hands of a pillager? If you have, you may be
Reach
entitled
out to
to
BetterHelp.
compensation. Oh, reach out to BetterHelp, dude. Time for our sponsor of the day. Freaking BetterHelp. Hate them people. Anyway.
Wait, I don't know if we should just say we hate those people, but
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't hate those people.
that's a bit strong.
I hate
the culture that if people are like
I can't.
constantly.
The amount of self-control right now. I can't get into this whole subject, Julia. We'll have to do this on another time.
Got him.
I'm not one
Where's
to
the
just
other ones?
be super critical. I don't know. He might just be a crumb left.
A crumb.
I don't want to be super critical of like BetterHelp or people who use that. So that's why we have to do
Yeah,
a
you're
whole
gonna get a
podcast
whole lot of
dedicated to
heat
that someday.
because we gotta, yeah.
From who? Our one listener?
No.
I can say
Our
one.
no, try 0. I'm just saying no. No, I like to do stuff in a way
out of
where
pocket.
it doesn't matter if like 2 million
No,
people
it doesn't matter.
are
No, it doesn't
listening
matter.
or like
Yeah,
0
say stuff
people.
in a righteous manner. Exactly.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying, I've listened to some stuff on it. I'm
Yeah.
not some sort of BetterHelp scholar. Okay, I don't know everything about it. I'm just saying what I have heard is like I would be wary about that. But the fact that a lot of people are promoting it,
well,
and
yeah,
it's
don't get
very,
me started,
very,
but
very, very promoted. I'm just like,
yeah, don't get me
do
started
your
on
research.
the whole culture of just like introspective like therapy stuff like
Too
that.
much.
I'm like, dude, just like literally get
Talk
on a
to people. That's your therapy.
Yeah, literally get on
Talk
a
to
podcast
Julia.
like this, like play some Minecraft and
number?
then just talk.
Talk to Julia. Her
No,
number is no. I'm just kidding. Call her. What is it?
Listen,
oh,
if
what is
I
that?
blew up one day, like, dude,
67891. You know what I'm talking about? That
anything can happen because, like, I just know, like, I don't. I think it's like a very slim chance that something could go viral or what a channel could. So I don't see myself ever going
Dude,
viral
I'm not
per
ever
se.
gonna put your number out there.
But I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be like,
no, yeah, you know how much
screwed.
that would bite you in the butt? Like, you're like, my address is.
Oh,
no. Oh no.
First rule of PR training.
That's what got Pop Smoke. Anyway. So,
wow.
I'm just saying.
Hey, so we're totally derailed on.
Back to it. Let's get this minecart back in the shaft.
But you were talking about.
Do you like my puns?
Yes,
Thank
no,
you.
not really.
They're great. It's cinema, peak cinema.
Anyway, so you were talking about how. Oh, by the way, fun fact, just to kind of get us back on track. Women's conference of November 8th, 2024. That was my first event back since I had baby. I had Elwyn.
That's also
I had Elwyn in July 13th of 2024, and then I took some time off, just months, and then I went back in November 8th for the women's conference.
Yeah, see, I knew there was also something a little extra special, and so for that reason, I was working like a dog.
But anyway.
Women's night, yeah, okay. I was working like a dog that year. You had baby, so that kind of took you away like for a little bit, and I attend the Grove like with mom a lot too, and so that's kind of where I had been for a while, like whenever I could. And literally, dude, the amount of times I've almost fallen asleep during services last year was insane.
Well, you're tired.
I mean, yeah, like it's once you sit down after all those hours working, and it's just anyway. I was like, oh god, please don't let me fall asleep. Huh?
I said it's very oppressive.
It is, dude.
Like
anyway,
working long hours.
I need to make. I'm sorry. I'm just realizing I really need to make campfires, like a lot of them. Do you want to help me make that?
A lot of campfires.
Like a lot of them.
Okay.
Why can't I make a campfire? What's it called? How do I type this in? Where is this?
I'll look it up.
Oh, hold on. I was being stupid. Hold on. Oops.
Alright, I got 4 campfires for you.
That's a great start. Thanks. Oh, I need sticks. That's.
You gotta. You really got off track though, because we gotta talk about
women's conference.
Well, no, we gotta talk about what the songs like this week was meaning
I know.
for you. So,
okay. So, because
we'll
this is
have
back
to
to
get off
women's
pretty soon.
conference. yeah, so super busy last year, blah blah blah. Very like just kind of sad, and I felt very disconnected from everyone. And so I would go to Southside, and this is like the first time. It could have been the first time I went to Southside that whole year, but it was definitely in a couple of months. It was a long time, and yeah, like for something that felt so familiar and like family. Hey, get out of there.
I've
It was
putting
kind
your
of like,
campfires in there.
oh, sorry. Thanks.
Welcome.
Oops. Oops. No, I really didn't have anything of worth in there. I just like saying that. So yeah, element environment that was like so just felt familiar and like family.
You felt like a
like
million miles away.
yeah, I felt
Yeah.
super alienated, and it was just weird. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. And I was about to leave for Texas anyway, and I just remember really wanting something else, and then being out in Texas and just really feeling the pull of like, I've got to do something when I get home. It was like a desperation of like, I've got to do something. If God doesn't have it for me to move on from this for a while, like of course I'll be content, but like I'm really almost feeling like God wants me to move on. And anyway, so but I'd really felt that before kind of in my own like distress. So I was like, well, we'll see. Well, anyway, go off to Texas. I'm really like, seeking the Lord in that time and, trying to obviously just, serve it any way that I can at work and everything. Um, and I keep thinking like, man, especially when I come back home and surprise, surprise, like the store's in, shambles and it's really depressing.
Mm-hmm.
I keep thinking like, man, where could I be in 6 months? I always like to do that when I like feeling super desperate in a workplace. I'm like, man, imagine Joy where you're gonna be in 2 years from now, and
Rawson always
imagine
thinks
huh
of that when he's like using toothpaste or deodorant. He's like, I wonder where I'll
why.
be in the end of this next stick of like deodorant
Oh,
or like
that's so
tube of
weird.
toothpaste. Yeah, he's like.
I do that too, not with that, but like
Anyway, sorry to
okay, like in the
derail you. I just
workplace.
thought I
That's
would.
so weird. Why does he think of that when he's doing?
I
Yeah,
have
okay,
too.
all right.
I've thought of that too. I think it's a relatable thing. I think people
Guess
could probably
I
relate.
do.
Anyway,
I guess I do. Yeah, with some things, I think
sorry, I didn't mean to stop you. It was pretty rude there,
Well,
but
no,
listen,
no, I
get it.
love that. That's so funny. But like, so yeah, nobody has a unique experience. This is perfect. um, but anyway, so yeah, I'm like, in those desperate times when you're like almost like, you're just really like sad and desperate, and you're just like crying in the cooler, at work. You're like, just wait. And like, I had this vision of literally imagining 6 months away, which is literally now, and I was like, man, because you and I always talk about how fast life can change and how fast
Yeah, it really can.
like where you could be in 6 months. And so
Yeah,
I was
because
kind of
sometimes
feeling
it's like when you're like in a lull and like you're just like
Yeah.
nothing's changing. It's all everything's the same old, and then you kind of get this strange feeling, and you're like, yeah, life might be actually about to change soon. I don't know.
And
People
let me tell you,
probably-
Julia,
Yeah.
I had so many of those instances in Texas, and then like when I got home, it was like that whole month of January was like, I knew it was gearing up for a change,
Well,
and
you
boy
said
was
in
it.
January of this year, 2025, when Dad passed away, you said like you felt like God was preparing you for those moments, to be able to handle
Absolutely. There is so much I could go into, which we do
Yeah.
not have time for, but like, oh my
And
gosh,
that's
I'm so
another time
emphatic about
for-
that.
Yeah, that's another podcast subject on our
Yes,
little
for
Minecraft
sure,
server
for sure.
here.
So, yeah, he really, 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 really was, and he did. Anyway, so fast forward to, January, Dad passes away, and then life just took like the weird, craziest turn, and it looks completely different. Surprise, surprise! Anyway, but I was listening to those songs, and you understand the vibes of when you're practicing a set and into
Mhm.
oblivion, and you're just like, oh my gosh,
The songs
I
like, kinda
pushed-
get numb to your ears.
Yes, and here's how much I practice. Like I push past the point of annoyance to the point where it means something again. That's when you know you've gone a
Yeah.
long way. When you
You're
listen
like,
to
"I
it
did
so
it
much
right."
that you get sick of it, and then you start to like it again. You're like, oh yeah, this is it. So I was listening to those songs, and I've just been so blown away by this whole getting ready for playing at CR. I haven't stopped this whole year. I've just been blown away by just how different it's looked in each progressing month since January. It has completely turned around, been so different. Anyway, so I was listening to those songs, and one of them is "I Thank God" by Maverick City, And again, it's like it drones on, you know, you play it long enough, but then like I don't know, I was singing the lyrics. I was like, you pick me up, you turn me around, and like, you know, I was just feeling emotional that day, I guess, because like it kind of like put tears on the corners of my eyes. I was like, oh my gosh, he really did. He really did. Like like this song, you know, because we think of it like of, you know, like maybe when we get saved or a testimony or something, like he picked me up, turned me. But I was like, no, that's actually just like a wedding. That's the beginning of your story with the Lord, and you're walking with the Lord. So, and like how every movie ends at the wedding, you know, it's like sometimes we're tempted to think like our story ends at our testimony of how we get saved. And that's actually right when it begins. And like it's kind of a comfort that like, oh, you know, God still works, you know, that's the start of him like, you know, working in us, through us, with us, in our circumstances, and being that comforting savior and father there. And so it really just caught me one day when I was singing those lyrics. I was like, oh my gosh, I was looking at life in the past 6 months, where I was at during that women's conference and where I'm at now, and I'm like, oh, it was like the fullest circle moment of just like, he really did. He literally, it took a minute, but he like literally picked me up, turned me around, and then he placed my feet on solid ground. And I know like
That's the
I know
lyrics
it's
right
like,
there.
you know, it's kind of corny. Yeah, it is the lyrics, and like it's kind of corny, but it wasn't in the moment, and it was
Oh
just like
no,
super.
it's yeah.
It was, yeah, just a very interesting
And
moment.
I think the way you told me to was like the verbiage you used before was like you're like, yeah, back in when it was it you said November or December or something like that. You
Yeah,
said like,
yeah.
yeah, I was feeling like when I was there at Southside, a very familiar place that like seems like home. I just felt like so far away and so alienated,
Yeah,
you know,
so
and not
alienated.
like
Yep.
not a part of, you know, something, and I wanted to be a part of something. And then you said,
Yeah.
yeah, like then to be 6 months later, you're like, wow, like
I feel welcomed into the family again, which
yeah,
I
and
was
it's like
never not, but
you were
you
never
know.
not, but it was just like I know that feeling where you're just like I want to be a part of something, and then like you're, you know, you're
And
not. You feel like on the outs for some reason.
and let me tell you what gets what actually got me, like what made me depressed, like in the Bucky's journey and career. And look, this is literally everyone's experience. They just don't know what to call it if they're not saved. They don't know what to call it. But it's like you are doing, so like I was in the food service department, and look, everything matters. I'm a full believer in like everything matters. Yes. Like the kung fu is in everything type mentality where it's like, yes, everything matters. How we do every job matters. Like it, and if you can't do the small things right, like you probably won't do the big things well. So
Right.
I'm totally that. But I have a huge but
Caveat.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, caveat, like huge. I have a huge butt. I love how I say things. But no, like with that is when you do enough meaningless work, and that's what's staring you in the face every single day, whether you're saved or not, you are going to start to go crazy. If all your life consists of is making burritos and sandwiches, and everybody is, forgive me, but pissed off about that or the lack of that. There's not enough of this, and yeah, and that's like all
That's the
your
constant
that,
grind. Yeah.
dude. You know how like that drives you crazy, and that's what drives people crazy in the workforce, whether they're saved or not. If you're a Christian, you just have the awareness of it, that this is meaningless. But if you're not, you have that anxiety of, oh, I'm going to hell anyway. I'm just speaking from experience. Like you have that anxiety of like, oh, like something's not right in my life. But as a Christian, you're like, no, dude, there's so much more to this. Like God calls us to so much more, and it was just like this, you know. And some people are just apathetic, and maybe they don't realize that. But you feel so much better, and we all feel so much better in our spirits when we are serving the Lord. It doesn't have to be in music. I don't care what it is that God has you
Oh,
serve,
there's all kinds
but
of ways.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Until you answer the call, like it's gonna feel very empty. It really will. If it's a prolonged season, it'll start to make you feel very empty inside and just like, oh, I want to be a part of something. I want to be pleasing the Lord. Not that I'm not pleasing him in my work every day doing this small thing, but it's just like this is so meaningless compared to like what I want to do for him. And anyway, I don't know, you know, there's so much more that I could like explain on how I think about that, but that's just in a very, very, very concise nutshell like what kind of like drove me crazy in that environment. And so it's
Yeah.
not just like the work itself, that's not a big deal. It's just the fact of like it's 12 to I'm serious. I've pulled 16-hour shifts at that company.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely, multiple times. And it's just when you're doing that for so long, for so much, you don't have time for anything else. And the devil can really he can really get to you, and you can start to really discourage yourself. So anyway, all that to say, I'm beyond thankful for being able to do something that matters, and be a part of something
Well, it's a
impactful.
feeling of fulfillment, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
And
best cure for depression, go do something meaningful.
yeah,
Create and do something meaningful.
yeah, serve the Lord. Yeah, I mean, and if you don't know
Yeah,
him,
like serve the Lord. That's the ultimate
yeah, if you
meaningful.
don't know
Like
him,
that's what I mean.
like seek him and you will find him. That's like what I said
Yep.
to everybody when Dad passed away. I was like, that's what Dad's
Mm.
message of his, like, his life and everything. He would say that right now if he was here.
You'll keep messing up, and you'll keep feeling whatever. If you struggle with depression, Mom and I were talking about somebody this morning. Like if you struggle with depression or whatever, like it's not like that's just gonna go away, but you actually have the means to cope with that. You have the means to, well, not just cope, but you have the means to get outside of yourself and like go do some work. Like go yeah, just serve the Lord. You're living for something bigger than yourself. And I don't know about you guys, but that is a big comfort to me. Even if it's scary, it's still a big comfort to live for somebody else other than yourself, and other than just people even too. Anyway, go serve the Lord.
That's super good.
Go make your life a service.
Thank you for telling your story.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks for letting me share.
Yeah.
I'm just super excited for this new season. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you have anything to add it now, because I think that I'm gonna get off, and I know you gotta get off too.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just one last note. I really love how
Go ahead.
that story where you were saying how you felt this way, like in the same at Southside. You were like, I just like felt so distant, and then like 6 months later, I'm like practicing songs for the set, and it's just like so impactful, like that. Like the lyrics of the song you were talking about. The Lord picked you up, turn you around, set your feet on solid ground. Like the difference of that, and like also like community starting to blossom like underneath your feet, like Zoe taking you under her wing, and pouring into you and sharing with you like how to like play keys for Sunday morning, for CRs, for stuff like that, and she was like helping you rehearse the set, and then just people kind of just like making you a part of the tribe, and so it's it's cool.
It was again, I haven't experienced anything like that, because every workforce, or like whatever, I don't know, like team collaboration, group of people, work, just whatever that I've like experienced. I haven't been in a bunch of bands, or I haven't been like done like camps and I was a counselor and all this stuff. No, like I have not really been either been able or have found where I should serve the Lord in the church or in just like ministry and stuff yet until now. And so I didn't have a bunch of those experiences to draw off of. So all of my experiences with people out there has usually been out actually in the world, in light of the last few years and stuff. It's becoming a young adult and everything. And it's, I mean, for better or for worse, it is what it is. But let me tell you, it is so refreshing being around. I'm just up there on stage, and I'm just like, I wasn't moved to tears last night, but I could have been, because it was just so impactful. Like, oh my gosh, we're all here. We're all Christians. As far as I know, like we're all at least we're yeah. Anyway, I don't know anyone's hearts, but like we're all professing to be Christians here. We're all here for a common goal. We're all striving for excellence, and the amount of support and teamwork and true like community and love, it's just awesome. I love that. Not to sound all mushy, but I'm just saying.
No, that's great.
It was so great.
That testimony like really rings true.
Yeah, feeling like everybody was there to lock arms and then like advance, but like lock arms and go forward. And if anyone stumbles throughout the set, it's like small mental note. Ethan putting that count in for "Thank You, Jesus."
Oh, I
saved my life, dude. I was like, please, put it in. And he put it in for Megan. And I was like, but you really put it in for me. Thank you.
Yes.
Because I needed that so bad.
Dude, there are
anyway.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think at least 6 pillagers over here. dude.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna log off right now because this is a great time,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna deal
Yep.
with this right now.
Don't jinx
Hey,
it now, dude.
but
This
thank
has
you.
been great.
Yeah, thank you so much for like doing this with me because I was thinking about it last night, and last night wasn't the time to like get into all of this. But I'm really glad we
No.
just like got to share what we
We
happened
co-hosted
yesterday.
a
And
Mindcast.
a Mindcast. There we go.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find the name. I think Mindcast. The
That's funny.
the Gospel Pillagers. Wait a minute.
No.
I'm gonna find.
But anyway,
I'm gonna find
we'll get off for
a
now.
good name.
And we'll be on this evening probably. We'll probably do some
Yes,
stuff
sir.
anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna log off for now.
All right. I did not mean to. I accidentally hit the button. Anyway, love you.
All right,
Bye.
love you. Bye.
Saying everything. Love you. Bye.